frail hope
What do I want? Oh shit. Let's go. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
You should want it. There it is. Hello. I think you're muted.
I am muted. Thank you guys for being here. Holy shit, I'm having so many tech problems, dude. The sound quality's all fucked up. That's what I get for changing anything. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Apparently my other stuff didn't change either, so that's great. Ugh. So today is going to be a little bit of an offshoot split screen episode. You're probably wondering, what the fuck? It's Tuesday, right? I'm wondering that myself, but we're going to be doing a Dark Souls FromSoft kind of stream today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be joined by, of course, we have, actually, you're going to be on this side. Holy shit, I better point that way. DaddyCrit over here talking about deep lore, Dark Souls. I think he's more versed in Dark Souls than he is everything else, but we're going to kind of talk about literally everything. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. DaddyCrit, what can you say? What are you up to? What's going on with you, man?
There's a lot going on in my life right now. No, it's everything's good. We're looking to hopefully buy a house soon. We're looking to get out of this apartment that's filled with mold. So that's going on. That's great. I don't want to harp on that too much, but I already vented to Beach about it a couple minutes ago. But I am here tonight to have a good time and talk about my favorite game series of all time. That's what we're here to do. Just geek out together as buds and friends.
I love it. I was kind of excited when you brought this idea up to me. And I was just like, you know what? That sounds great. I think especially the people we have on. There's one person I would love to, if he was not fucking Hermes mosh pit. If he was going to be available, I think that would be fantastic. But thank you so much, Michaela, for the raid. Is Sneaky. Sneaky is one person that I know is huge into, I think, FromSoft just in general, right?
Oh yeah,
which is really, really neat. And I think he'd be a cool person. It's like phone a friend. I wish I could be like, hey, let me hit you up on Discord. I know you don't do the camera thing, but hey, if we have a question for
first
you.
Caller.
Long time listener, first time caller. I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe we can get his opinion.
Sneaky's a god, a Dark Souls god. I mean, I don't know if he's like, I don't know if it's Sneaky, if you're here, I don't know if you love the lore as well. But I mean, but I just know that Sneaky has sent me many videos of his challenge runs, and I'm like, man, this dude, I can't. What the fuck, Sneaky?
Yeah, I feel like, do you think that there are two camps, right? You've got, for example, yourself. You're kind of not the challenge run. You're not going to sit there and be like, can I do a hitless run? Can I do this deathless? You know, all that kind of stuff. But you're more versed in the lore and things going on, right? Do you think there's two camps, or do you think there are people who are both heavy on both sides?
I think I would say it's less of two camps and more of a spectrum. And I would say that you have, on one side you've got the lore, one side you have the gameplay, and there are plenty of people. You can look at the Discords and the Reddit and all this stuff. And you're gonna find people who are saying, you know, like, what does this and this mean? Who cares, man? Just kill it. You know what I mean?
Right.
just do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And there'd be people who are saying in here like, oh, like a good example would be like Tarkus and Orlando, and it's like, why is Tarkus what's the Black Iron set? And it's like the fucking one of the best armors in the game, man. Put that shit on. What is it? I don't care, but it blocks everything.
Yeah.
And then what's this? Well, there's theories that possibly the giant on top of an sends Fortress through and
Right.
broken into the window, and it's like, oh, okay,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
whoa. So there's definitely two sides, and there's people in the middle who are like, I like to learn about it, I like to play the game, I don't like to do the challenge runs, I don't like to watch every video that Vati videos put out a million times. That's me.
I gotcha. Yeah, yeah. And I
The
I
background.
dabble more for like the entertainment aspects because it's like I'm more fascinated. And don't get me wrong, the lore is there. Before this, I've never been interested in a game that was didn't lay it out in front of me. You know what I
Very
mean?
big.
Like the story
Yeah.
or about characters or character development, even any of them. It could be literally anybody. So this is the first time, and I mean, you and I met when I was playing Dark Souls 1, right? And you came in and you were like, here's lore dumps. If you want them, I've got them.
I forget, yeah.
But it's the first game I think I've ever played where it wasn't in front of me. The only other time I can kind of compare it, and this is a terrible comparison, I feel like, is Destiny.
Oh yeah.
With like the
I could see that. Yeah.
The grim, what are they, grim lores or whatever I think they were called, where you actually had to go onto the website and read the cards and read all the stuff, and you wanted backstory. You're like, holy shit, I should probably do that if I care that much. But that's the only other time where I can think that I went in search of the story because it wasn't handed to me. Like nothing is in FromSoft Games.
Exactly. And nothing, and it's like, well, the thing is, technically it's all handed to you because you put it into your hand to hold it as an item. But but yeah, it's all like, here's an item, cool. And like people who don't play these games or who play the games and say there is no story or any background of the game, like you tell them like, have you ever like hit the X button looking at an item? And they're like, what do you mean? What?
The display.
What?
Like, what is all this? You just don't look at the strength right away. What does it do for me?
Hand someone a random bolt from the game. They're just like, oh, crossbow bolt. The Knights of who?
Yeah. Who did this belong to?
It's like, who does this belong to? Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I have like the Knights of Dark Souls 3. Oh, the Knights of Farron. Like, I have a Knights of Farron sword, and it's like, whoa, what's this mean? You know what I mean? Like, you piece it together, and then you fall down the Vati hole.
Exactly.
I wouldn't think Vati wants to be called the Vati hole, but
yeah, maybe he doesn't.
Or
maybe he does. Maybe
the Vati hole.
But that's one thing I think would be cool. Granted, there's probably people that do that for me. Is going on and going through the different items, right? That would, and hitting X and displaying, or whatever the button is for you, and displaying the information about those. I don't know. Have you played and completed Bloodborne?
No, I have not completed Bloodborne. I've played part of Bloodborne. I know I'm not as versed in Bloodborne, but I know like the general backstory of the game and like the general like lore of the game. Right. I know the mechanics of the game and all that. I know like in comparison to Dark Souls, the game, but I haven't like. So if someone said like a character, like a side character, you say who Shiva is, I know who Shiva is in Dark Souls. You say some random NPC, I'm not gonna know who they are in Bloodborne. But I'm working hopefully towards. We just finished my Dark Souls 3 co-op run, so I'm hoping to do a co-op version of Bloodborne soon.
Oh, that'd be really, really cool.
Hell yeah, I'd like to do that.
That'd be neat. Bloodborne's fantastic. I wish I would release it on PC, but that's just a minor little gripe I have.
Everybody does.
Yeah. Or even make a second one. If you're not going to put it on PC, make a second.
Yeah, give me number 2, man.
Yeah. Hey, Connor, nice to see you. Fantastic. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Hello. Long time, actually. Holy shit, it's been forever. My goodness. Absolutely forever. It's good to see you. I am excited to get everybody's take on the FromSoft games. I'm not going to ask her or them to include Bloodborne because they are literally in the middle of it. So I don't want to ask.
It's hard to rank that too. It's like, Kip I might hate it, I might love it. We'll find out.
Here's my thing. Bloodborne is Dark Souls 3, right? As far as look.
I think of Bloodborne as the true Dark Souls 2 in form of look. As far as look, just because it was made at the same time as Dark Souls 2, and it's like if people who played Dark Souls 2 were literally like, man, our game could have been this game, and it wasn't. You know what I mean?
But it was
Like,
still,
if
it
I had
wasn't a different
PlayStation.
team. I'm assuming a split team at
Yeah,
FromSoft.
so Miyazaki, when he left to do Bloodborne, he took his team with him, basically, most of them, and some of them stayed behind with the Dark Souls 2 team. But I mean, they had a new director, and the new
Right.
director, I mean, you're never gonna get like you're trying to pick up the mantle of this fantastic legendary game
Got you.
and
Okay.
duplicate it, and it's hard. So,
Well,
but
speaking of them, let's go ahead and welcome in all the Raiders. Thank you guys for being here. We deeply appreciate it. We know the famous Kip is on their way, so we're gonna definitely be saying hello. Thank you, everybody. I hope you guys are here to have a good time. I do want to go ahead and put a quick little I guess disclaimer that alerts are not going to be going off because this is going to go up on YouTube and things like that. So I'm gonna do a recap after the show, after recording's done, and show you guys all the love and all the support, which I appreciate you guys. So thank you guys for being here. It means a ton. Thank you. Hopefully you guys had a great time watching some Bloodborne. It's going to be one of the games we talk about today, in the whole FromSoft realm, if you will. And then I know Kip will be here in a little bit. We're currently talking about why Bloodborne should have been Dark Souls 2, and going from there. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who's joining, all the Raiders. Thank you so much for being here. What's up, gamers? Yes, of course. So Crit, is there a specific? I know Dark Souls 2 is last for you, right?
can we get a command DS2 in the chat?
Yeah, it's
DS2 in the chat? Exclamation mark DS2.
Right. Yes. So I know DS2 is as far as it's not I always say it's not a bad game. Never has been. It's not a bad game.
No,
It's just
not
not
at
on
all.
the same tier as the other ones, right?
Right.
There we go. So is there give me your 6? Is it 6?
It is 6. Yeah, 6 games. Yeah, for now until we get Elden Ring.
Yeah, that's true.
So you mean first to last?
Yeah, give me your start there,
All right.
because I'm quite curious.
So the first two, I think you're the same way too. The first two are always really hard for me. Because DS3 and DS1 are very close to me. Like they're very close. They're very close. I think that for me, Dark Souls 1 is gonna beat out Dark Souls 3. But like, I mean, we've done this many times before. But if there's like a chart here of like how great they are, like on a scale, it's like this is Dark Souls 1, and then here's Dark Souls 3, and then the rest of the games are down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they stagger a little more.
I
But
completely get it.
from a gameplay spectrum, from if we take graphics for the time out, I mean, if I had Dark Souls 1 remastered but with like, or remade even in like Dark Souls 3 or Demon Souls graphics, it would be higher on the list.
Yeah.
It would be a little more clear. But I think that for me, if it was just the gameplay of it and the replayability, I do enjoy playing Dark Souls 3 a little more. I'm more keen to hop into a new game plus of Dark Souls 3 than I am of Dark Souls 1. And that's honestly boils down to gameplay style. Dark Souls 3 is more roll heavy. And I like rolling a lot more. It's like it's just faster fighting. It's just faster. And it inherits more from Bloodborne in that sense. So being able to do that is more fun for me as a player. But in terms of the lore and just the nostalgia and just the root of where everything started, and also the level design, I go with Dark Souls, because just looking at a map of the whole game of Dark Souls and a map of the level design is just beautiful to me. So Dark Souls 1, then Dark Souls 3, and then I've not finished or put all the way through on Bloodborne or Sekiro, but I have watched people do it. I've watched you do it, and I've watched other players do it too. I would probably put Sekiro then Bloodborne, but that could change after I play Bloodborne all the way through. I will never beat Sekiro. I've decided for my mental health to never play Sekiro all the way through. So I'm not good. I will not get good, and that's fine. I've accepted that in my life. I will just watch and live vicariously and study the lore. I'll read my book and be good. But I would say Sekiro and then Bloodborne, and then I would say Demon Souls and then Dark Souls 2. So
Okay.
even with the remake,
the newest version of Demon Souls, you would put it. Okay. All right. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bring let's bring Kip in here. Let's do it.
Get him in.
Kip, whenever you are ready, feel free. I will go ahead and hit the switch and you'll fit on screen.
Push the button.
Let's go. There
Here
it
they come.
is. Oh, let's go. Is this right? Did I do it right? Look at this. I'm actually a professional. Last time you were here, Kip, it didn't run so smooth at the beginning, but here we are. Look, now everything's running. It's a whole nother show now. That's all
It's
I can
running
say.
the smoothest Kip shirt.
Yeah, Hermes looks different.
Yeah, he's a little different. Little bit. Same concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still have glasses. I guess that's where I can write. That's where I can pencil in a win. So
Hermes, thank you.
Hi.
Kip, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Well, hello everybody. My name's Kip, JoshuaKipp. You call me Kippy. All the different variations of that. My pronouns are they, them, and I like Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls games. I'm currently playing Bloodborne at the moment, and it's very fun. Even though I just didn't beat a boss this stream, and that's totally fine.
I was rooting for you. One of those times I caught. You had about this much left. Did you end up? How so? Okay, that's actually, you know what? That's going to lead right into what I want to talk about. Is the satisfaction you get, regardless of boss, right? Regardless of the boss in any of the games, the FromSoft games, is once the health bar is completely down. You cannot experience that almost anywhere else, right?
Yeah, I think many people share the same experience of like why people do drugs. I think that's why people do Dark Souls, because it's the most satisfying feeling, because it's so hard, because it takes like multiple times to just beat a boss over and over and over again,
right?
And then you get it and you're like, man, I really love life right now. Life is really good. Life was not so good 5 minutes ago.
Man, nothing's gonna top this. I have peaked. I don't know what else I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. That's kind of where I'm at. Is there a boss that sticks out to either one of you? This question goes for and chat, obviously you guys too. Does this question or is there a boss that sticks out to you across all games? I know you haven't beaten Bloodborne yet, but I wanted to, up till this point, is there a boss that sticks out to you?
Manus. I love Manus. Manus, I think, is my favorite boss. And Gale.
Let me go ahead and I think I have a command for Manus. I do. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, my answer is the same exact thing. Manus, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
It's just so good. The poison, and it's just great when you experience it for the first time. Because if you didn't just know what the pendant does, then you just go into it and you're like, okay, awesome. I finally got to like more than halfway through, and then just hits you with some dark magic sludge, and you're like, wow, I'm really sad.
I'm very sad. That's true. Something that makes you feel in general. I feel like it's just I'm sad. I'm just sad the whole way through. Like it's over, and I'm just like I'm not even happy, man. I'm just fucking done. Can I go to bed now?
It's also great because you can summon Sif, and Sif is great.
You know what? I have a slight confession: is I didn't. I spent 5 hours on Manus total, right? So that was great.
That's pretty good.
5 hours. I'll never get back. I felt not at that point did it feel good, but thank you. I appreciate that. The only time that when I beat Manus was when I actually summoned Sif, and I didn't do it the entire time because I didn't actually know I could, or I couldn't find it. I believe it was one of the things where I couldn't find that sounds stupid now because I know exactly where it's at. I'll never forget where it is.
Right. Because you need it.
Right. So the 1 or 2 times that I actually did the boss fight, I summoned Sif, and it was night and day versus, because I also didn't use the pendant. I don't know what I'm thinking. Trust me, I don't know why. I didn't use Sif, didn't use the pendant. What are you even doing down there? You know what I mean? Like what? Come on, what are you doing? But what
do you have?
Yeah, what was that? Yeah, that's the part. It was super satisfying. I also didn't beat Madir legitimately. I kind of, summoned. I summoned some help from actual people. So
I was like, what's legitimately? Because I triple summoned on Madir to beat him, but whatever. Like, leave me alone.
That's kind of how
I use the dry finger.
I know it's frowned upon if you don't beat him by yourself the first time, and then summon people maybe again down the line.
Yes. I just wanted to get the game over with and get a new game plus, honestly.
Oh my god, yeah. That's kind of where I'm
at. I think my standout would be would probably, and this is gonna be like very like low level, but it's Gundyr. It's just not even Champion Gundyr, it's just Unix Gundyr, because going from playing Dark Souls 1 and then trying to play Dark Souls 2 for a while and just like getting frustrated at the game and like, this isn't what I wanted. I'm going back to Dark Souls 1, I'm playing that again, whatever.
Right.
And Dark Souls 3 comes out, and then just like hopping into that fight, and I'm just like, man, this is what I wanted. And it was like a feeling of just like, not like for the victory feeling I go for Twin Demon Princes, but I think for the feeling of like just coming home, it was like, and even when I played Dark Souls 3, every time now, it's always like you run up, you fight Gundyr, and it's just like the fight's over, and you're just like, yes, I am ready for this game. Let's go. This is how it's gonna feel the whole game. This is how the combat's gonna feel. It's gonna feel smooth, fast paced, a lot of dodging, a lot of rolling, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And it's just like I'm coming home to a game that when I roll, they don't hit me anyway, like in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, you get a
So
little bit of a change. And you both played on
Yeah.
PC, correct?
Mhm.
And you
And
had
Xbox originally, but yeah.
you had 60 FPS the entire time.
I don't know, actually. I never checked it. I don't even know
Great
how to check the
question.
FPS.
Oh
I
well,
don't know, to be honest.
okay. I'm gonna assume you did, because my point is, I played on Xbox, and DS3 wasn't. It was capped at 30 until it recently got a patch from whatever hardware you could get for an FPS boost to 60. That actually brought a whole new life for me to play that game, because 60 FPS, I didn't think it was a big deal. I honestly didn't. Until and this may be coming with experience of playing all the other games and timing and just getting down a routine and a rhythm. But once I jumped into Dark Souls 3 and I got to Gundyr, I didn't get hit, and I didn't
Baby
die.
game. Yeah.
And I felt like, oh, this is how people actually play the game. This is great.
Is how the game works.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
cool.
this is how everybody else gets to experience it. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Let's start this. And then I got destroyed by whoever was next. I don't remember. So I was like, well, okay, baby game, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying Artorias, and I think that it's very accurate. I think Artorias is also probably it probably is the best boss fight. I think it's super smooth,
It's a good
easy.
clip.
I think, yeah, the difficulty and the dodge rolling and knowing when to back off and when to go in, I think it's fantastic. I think it is probably the most sound boss.
I think my other most intimidating one is Nameless.
Yeah.
Nameless felt more intimidating than Manus did, because watching somebody else play Manus for the first time, I'd learn. It might have been, I forget, somebody was playing DS1 recently, and it may have been at that point I was like, when I'm an outsider looking in, I'm like, holy shit, like this looks more easier than the 5 hours I spent. So of course, hindsight's 2020, and of course I'm a professional when I'm watching somebody else, but not when I'm playing. It's a really hard game when I'm playing it, but it's real easy when I'm watching somebody else.
Yeah.
But I think another one I think I saw in chat was and this comes from Sekiro, was I'm not going to say any spoilers, just be for anybody who hasn't seen it or played the game. It is the final boss at the end.
That boss fight is so good. It's so good.
I think that is probably the most satisfying feeling I've had in a lot of these FromSoft games outside of Manus. That's right up there with like the birth of my daughter, I think. Yeah, I don't know which one's first, but we'll figure. I'll probably answer that later. We'll see what kind of renaming
Zyla.
We're gonna rename my daughter to Manus. There you go, and then they'll be on the same level. Then there's no competition. But I think
somebody who's. Oh, good.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Somebody who's like, so I was telling Beach earlier, I've never finished Sekiro. I do not intend to finish Sekiro for my mental health. Just because I've admitted to not getting good enough, and that's okay. It's okay.
It is okay.
I've gone hollow. But I watched both of you finish Sekiro, and I watched other people play the game as well. And that's why when I rank the Souls games, it's Dark Souls 1, 3, and then Sekiro over Bloodborne, Demon Souls, and obviously Dark Souls 2. But because I enjoyed what I played of the game, I got to get Genichiro. And that was as far as I got. And from what I hear, a lot of people quit at Genichiro as well, because it's like the true like crossroads you have to get past to like once you do it, it's like the game is gonna make sense to you, but if you can't get past it, then it's like you don't want the rest anyway, dude. You're not gonna like that. So but I think that for for me, like, watching you guys play, it is a seamless game. It is a very tight game. It is a very you know, there's rich story, there's rich lore in there, and you have really good gameplay mechanics in there as well. And also just the fact that Sekiro did a really good job of taking the FromSoft system with like the Soulsborne system, and then put some new spins on it. Like when we were found out we're gonna have stealth, everyone was kind of like stealth and Souls. I don't know about that. And then like when we found out like you can climb on things, I don't know about that. You know, like what am I? This is Apex Legends and I'm Pathfinder. I don't know about that. You know, like this isn't gonna work out. So, but then to see how they did it, you're not surprised. It's FromSoft, so they're gonna make it work. But that's why you can tell watching Sekiro how good of a game, and also just the challenge of the game itself. You can fight one boss in Sekiro and like really empathize with the person who just finishes the final boss in Sekiro. Like I get it. Like I haven't done this, but I'm sure it feels fantastic because that one boss I beat felt like 40 tries to do it. So you guys doing 500 tries on this last boss, I can understand like what it would be like to, you know what I mean? Like you can see the satisfaction on the faces too. So
Right.
it's definitely a really rewarding thing to see. So thank you for showing us that. And also just to say, but with the Artorias thing, I remember the clip of Kip beating Artorias as one of my favorite clips of all time because it's literally just like high pitched screaming.
As it should be for everyone.
It was fantastic.
Yeah,
It was
Artorias.
fantastic.
Yeah, being Artorias is very satisfying, but Manus even more so because it took me like 10 hours to beat
Mhm.
Manus. And I ran barefoot outside of my house, like across the
I remember.
street, like
I was there
up
for
and
that.
down. Because I just had so much adrenaline in my body from it. I was like, I have to go. I have to go.
Yeah, that's
think everyone feels that.
fantastic. Do you think that that's kind of the driving force behind the community of these games? Right, it has to be like the connection of like what we just did. How long did it take you to beat XYZ? You know what I mean? You know, how long did it take? Oh, it took me 10 hours. Oh, it took you 5 hours. Someone comes in, of course, they're like, it took me one try. And you're like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
Liars, liars.
Speedrunners over here.
Right. Do you think that's the connection that people form, and that's actually that's why you can't replicate it almost in any other game?
I think that's definitely part of it,
Right.
because it's known as like one of the hardest games ever.
Mhm.
But I think it also, because there are also like other hard games like the climbing one, or like the funny like pogo stick one or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Super Nintendo,
Getting
Lion
over it.
King. Yeah.
Yeah, or like getting over it. You know,
Yes.
getting over it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Super
So
Nintendo
those
Lion
games
King.
are hard, but they don't have good lore. They don't have good characters. There's no storyline,
True.
lore behind it. Like there's so much plot and substance that's added to those games
Mhm.
on top of the great game play and mechanics besides Dark Souls 2, and it's just like fantastic.
We're all in agreement. This is fantastic. Good. This is great.
I mean, I feel so bad always talking bad about Dark Souls 2 because I did still like it, but yeah, I just remember fighting a spider boss and I was hitting its head and it wasn't registering, so I can't really. I have to put Dark Souls 2 at the bottom for that.
I think we
said
yes.
yeah in the beginning. It's not a bad game by any means. But if somebody showed me gameplay of this game and just took all the skins off of it and was like, "Yeah, this is Dark Souls," I'd be like, "This isn't Dark Souls. You're lying." And it was just like models, like gray models or whatever. I'd be like, "This is Dark Souls. This is a fan made mod, right? This isn't really Dark Souls." And it's like, "No, it's FromSoft made this game." Oh, okay. Maybe they shouldn't make this game.
Right. I think if you take back, I think it's Lev put in chat that they liked DS2 because it was their first actual game. If you take that outside of it, of course, yes, you're more than you're more than likely to like your first iteration or experience into especially Dark Souls, right? If you start with either one of them, that one's probably going to end up being your favorite because it got you into 5 to 6 other games, right? I know a lot of people who started with Demon Souls and the original, not the remake. Even people who started with the remake probably went back and played all the other stuff if they've never even touched the other things.
True.
Which would be weird because Demon Souls remake is obviously the prettiest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it is very pretty.
It is clearly the prettiest one. It kind of leads into the another topic I want to talk about, which is coming up in January. I don't know if you've heard about a game called Elden Ring.
Let's go.
I don't know if you know of it. It's another FromSoft game.
Oh yeah, please
Baby game.
explain it.
Baby game, easy.
It's easy. They've taken a new direction. It's basically the game plays itself, and you just have quick time events. That's all. You're just going to be pressing a button.
We're just gonna load up, and it's gonna be us on a wagon into what's that place called? Windhelm or something?
Yeah.
Or, Elgin. Just maybe pulling up into that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're awake. Damn.
Um,
Got us again, Todd Howard.
I think what is it? 164 days, by the way. I have a countdown.
Okay.
I have a countdown. I have to have it. It's just one of those things. Do you think it's going to be a collection of all the other FromSoft games into one massive go at it? Do you know, like they're going to take all, you know, because Sekiro was so different, had different mechanics than Dark Souls 1, clearly. Even Bloodborne looks like Dark Souls 3, but plays tremendously different just because of the different mechanics in that game. Do you think they're just going to, you know what, we're going to take the best of every single one of these games and then throw it into this big pot and see what happens?
I think if you, I would imagine, what I'm guessing is if I were to play Elden Ring and then somebody asked me in a month, you know, how would you describe Elden Ring? I would say it's like if you had Dark Souls and you made it open world and you took the gameplay of Bloodborne and Sekiro and put it into Dark Souls. If I had to say what was the core component looking at the gameplay, I would still say it was Dark Souls. I wouldn't say this is not based on just like theming or anything, but I wouldn't say this is like at its core, it's Bloodborne with a taste of Dark Souls and Sekiro, or Sekiro with some Bloodborne and Dark Souls. I would say it is Dark Souls, but there is some Bloodborne and Sekiro into there, mixed in with the stealth, with the jumping, with the moving, with the combat speed, all that stuff. But it does feel like it's like if you said, man, I wish I had Dark Souls, but this from Bloodborne and this from Sekiro, I think they're going to give us that basically, because that's what you have to do in open world anyway. Because basically Sekiro and Bloodborne are taking things you need in an open world game anyway. Like you would need the running, you would need the faster movement, you would need the climbing, you would need the jumping. Is a big thing in Dark Souls in general. But that's what you need to have an open world game. So I could see it being kind of like that mix. So
yeah, I think adding mounts, I guess, right? I guess that's what they're calling them. It's not just maybe a singular
one mount, I think.
Is it?
I think it's just the one. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any more, but it might just be the one. Like a spirit animal.
That's kind of unique. I think that's their big, right? Fast travel, if that even is a thing. I guess I'll qualify it as fast travel. I mean, it's faster travel than you were. I'm
excited for horses. I'm excited to ride horses. Pretty sick.
I think, yeah, first time ever in a video game, it's going to be insane.
We'll play an equestrian. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. So I like the concept. I think you're right. Kip, what do you think? Do you think it's just going to be a big mix, or do you think they're going to lean heavy towards Dark Souls like Crit said?
I think aesthetically, definitely, just based off of the trailer. I think it's sort of the similar aesthetics. I think that it will play probably very similarly to Dark Souls 3, but I have no idea. I really don't know. I'm very excited. Like, I almost don't want to know. I don't want to even like think about it because I want to be super surprised, which I feel like a lot of people have thought about that before. I've talked to some people about it, but I was talking to someone at some point, I forget who it was, but they were talking about how just every game, maybe besides Dark Souls 2, that has come out in succession is always better than the last. Like Demon Souls came out, then Dark Souls 1, and that was better. And then Dark Souls 3 came out, and that was like objectively better than Dark Souls 1, less clunkier,
right?
All those things. Then Sekiro came out and even more smoother and incredible. Or no, was it Bloodborne?
Bloodborne and then DS3. But yeah.
And so like all of the games have been fantastic.
Yeah.
And so with George R.R. Martin, I'm very curious what this. I hope it's going to be like incredible lore, storyline, all those things. I'm really anticipating that. I hope that there are some really cool NPCs and cool backstories that we get to learn about. That's what I'm excited for.
I think I keep forgetting that he's even included.
He wrote the lore so long ago. That's the thing. He wrote it years ago.
Yeah, it is so funny to me that that's because that's a fairly large deal. You know what I mean? He's known for his storytelling. But I keep forgetting that major aspect of it. And that's what I think is my excitement level is cool. That's an added bonus. but it's a FromSoft game, so I think
Right.
I'm already in. I don't care
Exactly.
who wrote the story.
Good R for yeah.
Yeah.
Miyazaki, dude.
Right,
What's he
right.
doing here?
And I think that's part of it too. Is you hear the FromSoft, you see the logo pop up,
Yeah.
and you're like, holy shit. I'm gonna A,
Yeah.
get my ass beat. B, I'm gonna enjoy it while it's happening, and then C, I'm eventually going to get satisfied from. This sounds like a weird thing, but eventually
ass beat.
satisfaction comes out, and
Get
then
into it.
yeah,
and
you-
get satisfied.
like, holy shit, I should probably read about this. Oh, maybe I'll look up some videos. You know, or maybe
Yeah.
I have a new kink. I don't know. It's whatever. It is what it is, right?
Sure.
I'm not the only one. Come on.
I like
It's true. It's true. There are
yeah,
people out
for
there.
sure. I like the idea that when you play, if we compare like the game that Jordan thinks is a stupid, terrible trash game, Breath of the Wild, and we
It is.
say how important
Trash
that
baby game.
is for trash baby game. Yeah, I know.
Is that confirmed? We think it's Trash Baby Game?
Oh, he thinks it is. He's never played it before,
think
but he thinks it's not that great.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
You haven't
Hold on.
even played
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So if
He's one of your what's the big whoop?
If you
Plan your excuse right now. Just really take time to think about what you're
I
gonna
will
say.
say this is full disclaimer. I haven't played it, but looking at it, I don't know what it does that other games haven't done. If
And I
not,
have a question.
if not already, if not better.
We're gonna go off topic for 1 second.
That's
I have
where
a
I'm
question I wanted to ask.
I-
What name a game that you just out of curiosity that you're like, oh, like this game does that as well.
It would
Like-
have to be pre Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they took Zelda and they were like, you know what, or Link or whoever you want to talk about, it is a Zelda game. But I think if you take that and the fact that they were like, you know what, it's open world. Look how big this area is. You can float around in it. Look, you can do all these cool things. There's monsters over here. Look, you can go get them. Look at this sick trick shot I can do. I'm tired of seeing those videos, by the way. I'm just sick of those little slow down. I'm sick of those. So I think that there isn't okay. All right. I'm gonna gather this so I don't mess it up. So I
Sure.
think that Breath of the Wild was hyped because of the name on the cover, because an open world isn't a new concept. It might be for that game, but it doesn't let alone that doesn't make it a generational game is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm also in the same camp of Red Dead Redemption 2, not as great as everybody thinks it is. So
More shit on the ground. I lost my mind.
So I think I enjoyed Red Dead 2. I think I would enjoy Breath of the Wild, but I think they need to be taken down a couple pegs. That's in the camp I'm in. Not that it's trash. That's just a fun thing I like to say to get people riled up.
And it works.
It does. Look he's red in the face. No, I'm just kidding. But it's
Wait, what do you want me to do?
I haven't even played the game and I'm upset.
Yo.
yeah. I'm upset at myself.
true.
I don't know why I said it. But I think they just need taken down a rung or two. I think being a Zelda game and they're like, you know what? You can go anywhere at any point as fast as you want on this little bike or a hang glider, right? That's
You get a
fine.
bike?
I think so. I
Dude,
think there's a
bike?
motorcycle.
There's no bike.
Are you sure?
There's not a bike.
No, that is fake news.
There's not a bike.
Okay.
Yeah, Chad, is there a
There's
bike
gotta
in
be.
Breath of the Wild?
There's a link
There's
bike in Mario
gotta
Kart.
be.
I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe
Yeah.
there is. Maybe there is a bike.
Maybe Mario Kart.
There is a
Maybe
bike.
Maybe you've
Oh.
been watching the wrong videos.
See, bike is added with DLC.
Oh,
I know about the DLC,
yeah.
guys. Come on.
Yeah.
See, that's how deep into this game and almost
You're
research
right.
that
He
I've
still
done.
hates it, and he still hates it. Anyway,
They're deep in lore.
Right, exactly.
The lore zone.
I just want to
So,
say
yeah.
one thing real quick. Red Dead 2 is just like other open world games, but the fact that two things happened in that game, two things happened that blew my mind. One, I saw my horse shit on the ground, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
Second, I took a person and I like hogtied them with the lasso, and then I dropped them in the river, and they drowned.
You
Okay.
can't do
After
that
like
in
a
other
minute.
games.
You just
You
cannot.
can't. That doesn't happen. It blew my mind. I was like, oh, he's gonna like, oh, it's crazy. I was playing here. I'm gonna be a like weird guy. Ha ha. Just waterboard. Oh, he's dead. Oh shit, he's dead. Killed the mission.
Oh, whoops!
Didn't mean to do that.
I killed him. I didn't
killed
expect
him.
him to die because I dumped him into a body of water.
But what other game?
with
What
his
other game
hands.
like does that? I don't know. It just didn't. I didn't know.
That's true.
Blew my
Another Rockstar game would be GTA. But
fair,
that's okay.
but,
That's
like,
right.
Whatever. Anyway, back to Dark Souls.
Yes, back to Dark Souls. Thank you for that derail. I love it.
Yeah.
I think here. Okay, Kip, give me your list if you could. Do you have it? Like, do you have it
You're
off the
right.
top of your head?
Rank them
All
for
the
us.
Yes, I
games?
can't. I'm gonna rank Bloodborne in there. So I'm gonna do.
Well, how about this? How about this? Hold on to that list. I want to get your. How far are you in? You're like 10. Maybe you played it for a couple streams. I know at least, right?
Yeah, I've been through 3 bosses so far. I'm on
Okay.
the 3rd one. I haven't beat it yet, but I'm gonna beat it next time.
So you've got a
Okay.
pretty good grasp
Maybe.
of the game in general. What are your thoughts right now compared to coming off of Demon Souls? Yeah, Demon Souls was your last. What are your thoughts coming off of that one?
Very relieved, to be honest,
Okay.
because I didn't really enjoy Demon Souls as much as I thought I was going to.
Mm.
Very pretty game, some cool bosses, very cool aesthetics, but I'm glad I played it. And so it was honestly really hard going to that and not having flasks or gourds like in Sekiro and Dark Souls games. So I was already kind of used to that with Demon Souls, so going to Bloodborne didn't really like make me too sad about that because I'm used to sort of farming for that. So that's like the one thing I still don't like about Bloodborne is that you have to farm for health. But I honestly really enjoy it. The movements are really good. The British accents are great. And it's really fun. I just love the aesthetics. It's a little too dark, and I know having the torch helps, but almost a little too dark for me, visibility wise. But maybe that's just because I have bad settings on my monitor. I don't know.
Have you decided on a direction for your build? I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm just doing Mondo strength. I'm going big,
Let's go.
bulky strength. That's it.
Okay, I like it. I do like it. That's a great idea. There's some. I will tell you, there are some great weapons. There are some absolute great weapons. I'm not going to mention them. I want you to be fully surprised when you actually get them. But especially for strength builds, there are some great weapons. You're going to have a blast.
Great weapons. Get
What?
it? Great weapons.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's a good pun. I like it. That was actually. Let me clip that real quick so I can use it as blackmail.
I really love the saw though. The saw weapon's so sick.
Cool.
Right.
It's just like pachoom, pachoom, ka-chow, ka-chow.
Do you like
so
that?
satisfying.
Do you like the fact that you have the two, I guess, one weapon but two different attacks
Two
or modes,
yeah.
if you will?
I love it. It's just fun. It just gives you a little extra thing. It just
The German way.
It's
like whipped cream on top, like
right.
You're like this is cool.
Yeah. Wow. I could have got whipped cream this whole time. Wow.
Yeah.
A cannibal, I gotta have whipped cream on top, or else it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Right. Eat that person with the cream.
Are you parrying much with the gun parry?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. Yes.
Or trying to?
Yeah, I know how to do it.
Right.
I just sometimes I get scared because I don't know when I can parry certain moves. Like on this one boss fight that I'm on, I don't know which moves I can do it. And I've tried to, I know when to parry, but it sometimes doesn't work. I'm like, okay, that's a move that's not parryable. So that's been a little rough, but when I get it, it's very satisfying.
Isn't it the sound? I think it's the sound. It has to be. And I almost think that goes.
That's for all FromSoft Games.
It has to be, right? The parry in any of them, you're like, oh hell yeah. Yeah, any of
sound
it.
is just like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
The backstab animations. I mean, everything is just, it feels fantastic.
And I'm hoping that continues. Obviously in Elden Ring, which I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to.
I was gonna say on the backstab real quick, because on the Elden Ring we asked before about that too. My only hope when they bring Dark Souls, I would hate to have a situation where it's like I can go into a camp in an open world game, a camp of enemies or whatever, and just circle around all of them and just keep backstabbing them and easily clear out a camp, and it kind of loses that feeling. So I hope that backstabbing gets a little bit of a rework. Just because the idea of going into a big, like, oh, I'm going to sneak into this tent and just like backstab quietly and yeah, he's dead. And then backstab quietly and he's dead. Like, they're all seeing me, they're all shooting at me, but I'm just, rotating around one dude and getting to the next dude. And
right. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. You think it would be too easy if they kept it as.
I think a little bit of, I almost said twerking, a little bit of tweaking there. A little bit of twerking there would be, that's a backstab. Right,
Elden Ring twerking. Okay.
Waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah. If the horse does it, I'm in. The horse does it, sign me up.
Ooh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think the horses in Elden Ring will also poop?
They better.
Right.
They better.
I
They
think
better.
we know whose mind is going to be blown if it does.
If not, we're going backwards in the
But
beginning. I'm just saying.
is Elden Ring good? Because then they're not making like original content, 'cause they're just taking it from a different
If you're,
game.
I will the it's like the same way that like old cartoons like from Cartoon Network are timeless. I mean, the poop out of a horse's butt is timeless.
Horse poop
That's
is a
just-
timeless thing for you.
horse poop is timeless.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
good.
timeless. I mean, you see a horse poop in the middle of the street. What do you think? Oh man, classic America. Just
Classic.
like if
Yeah.
on Main Street, USA, horse poop down the
I
wagon.
think
It's
that's
classic.
exactly
It's
what I
timeless.
think. Yes. The first thought in my head is classic America.
Americana,
Yeah,
right
there it
here.
is. Yeah.
Put a whole living room table book filled with classic Americana just being horse shit on the ground. That's what
There
I
it
would love
is.
to see.
Oh man.
Good reads.
That's good reads.
Good
yes.
reads.
Great question.
Very few words.
Great question, by the way. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
do you-
Also, Ghost of Tsushima, is that everyone always talks about how it's Souls-like. Is it?
Here's my thing is if Sekiro and Assassin's Creed, I mean, I'm trying to like, how can I make it seem like a Souls game? But no, I don't, honestly, I don't, I'm trying to, but it's like if Assassin's Creed invaded a Souls game but then overtook a Souls game. So I think not at all, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think the Souls like is a big stretch nowadays. People always say, everything's the Dark Souls or something. But if you really look back at the root, Souls like comes from Metroidvania games. So if you can look at a game and say, is it Souls like, and you're wondering if it is, I would say that if you ask yourself, is this game a Metroidvania game? And the answer is no, then it's not a Souls like. You know what I mean? Because I think that the similarities they have. One big thing for me is just the bonfire system or the limited healing system is what makes a Souls like game. And I mean, Ghost of Tsushima doesn't have that. You just you heal.
I think the closest you can get to being, a lot of people said Neo was going to be that way too. Neo 1 and 2, they said, hey, the Souls like, and it is, but it's more action based. You're almost looking at more like a Devil May Cry or just those hack and slash type of games. There's not a ton of timing, maybe when you get to the bosses. And I do want to, the thing that I don't like is, speaking of Souls like, is a lot of people are starting to refer to their game as Souls like because it has a certain level of difficulty.
Yeah.
That doesn't make
That's
it a
not
Souls
what-
game. You know what I mean? You can't say Souls like because your game has a roll or a dodge and you're like, well, this boss is
Getting over
hard.
a Souls game.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I definitely say things in real life are Souls-like. Like doing taxes is Souls-like. A hard rock climbing route is Souls-like.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I in terms of describing other games, maybe that's not the best way to do it, but I think when it comes to having fun describing things in real life, I think that is
especially
good.
when
I do it all the time.
the people have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like they're like, what? Yeah,
Go to the
difficult.
local bakery.
You weeb. No, I'm just kidding. That's like, it's one of those things where
Weeb.
Or you get him, Jordan. You get him.
No, here's a question. I had an I was watching another streamer. It was an actual question. Is weeb is no longer like an insult, right? Like is that point, has it taken the turn where, or has it ever been?
Like
Because
geek?
oh yeah, but like it's like nerd or geek
Yeah, I
or
would
dork,
say.
like any of that stuff isn't anymore referred to as like, oh, you're a loser or whatever, or different.
I'm a weeaboo baby.
Is
so why don't
there's no way, is it still? Or
I think
has it ever
where
been?
you are. Depends on
Another
I think
derail,
what
but-
country you're in, the neighborhood you're in, all those things. Because like when I think about what's cool, it's like, what do kids think are cool? I think that's usually what people think about.
Okay.
Or like what's like newer, and I feel like a lot of kids do like anime.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them call each other weebs for fun.
Okay.
Like haha, you're such a weeb, but they both are weebs,
Right.
But I think it still can be used as an insult.
I guess, okay,
But
yeah,
you have to know
obviously,
about
yeah.
what weeb means to call someone a weeb.
That's
So
true.
it's like at that
Right.
point, you probably do watch anime.
You're
So
weeb,
Right.
You're a weeb.
the
Oh,
people who
no.
would call you a weeb
You're like,
were trying
"What
to insult
happened?"
you.
Yeah. Oh my God,
would
my
just
life.
The
call you
thing that they
nerd.
want to mock.
Right. Okay.
Who's the bully anymore?
Yeah, I was
Am
I
I
was
the
very
bully still?
quite curious because it came up in my, it's coming up in my channel when I was playing Scarlet Nexus It came up in another guy's stream I was just watching the other day, and it's one of those topics where it hasn't become. Of course, it can be used as an insult if directed that way, because any word technically can if you have your own subjective meaning for it.
A fucking farmer.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like it depends on the content. Yeah, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Don't you know where I live? No.
Ban me. Just ban me.
Yeah.
You live.
That's great.
I know. I'm sorry.
So I guess that's just I guess anything can be used as an insult or to tear somebody down given context. That's just I guess it's not one of those like, nope, it's definite. No, it's not bad anymore. Sorry. You can't take offense to this because it's been deemed by other people that you can't. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of the take I go. It's just an interesting conversation, and that goes further than that. You know what I mean? Any words? I'm sorry, I got derailed again.
Derailed by the weaves once again.
Happens on
let him win.
At least once a week, and you just
agenda.
you just always out there, right? All right, Kip. So let's get back to your list.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Crit already gave us his. I would love to hear the rest of yours.
It goes Dark Souls 1, Sekiro, Dark Souls 3,
Okay.
Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls.
Oh,
really?
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. Why interesting? That's the order it is.
Our list is very similar. Our list is very similar because he asked me. Mine was Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, and I only put Demon Souls because I'm very much like Kip. I only put Demon Souls above Dark Souls 2 because it felt smoother than Dark Souls 2 does combat wise. But I do not like Demon Souls, and I am very glad I never played the original Demon Souls, and I played the remake, so I was happy to play that. And I do not like Demon Souls because I think that Dark Souls took this. Demon Souls is not about the bosses. Demon Souls is about the pathing. It's more of a roguelike. It's more about getting to this boss, and the challenge is getting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You have to like run through the whole area. Like, I mean, the first boss, spoilers, I'm sorry. The first boss is Phalanx. And Phalanx is it's a baby. What you know what you're doing? You throw about fireballs at it. You go in the game, say, all right, I need firebombs. I'll throw them at him. I got it. Easy peasy. Going into it, not knowing that, obviously, it's like, how do I beat this thing? But once you know that and you go into like a second playthrough or anything, or you figure it out, you go into that boss fight and it's over in like a minute. So but the hard thing is getting to Phalanx. It's I gotta climb this whole tower and then come back down to the bottom of the tower again and then fight this thing. I couldn't just go through the door. Are you serious? Like that's a challenge, I guess, but like, why is it a challenge? There's no like, and the worst thing about Demon Souls to me compared to Dark Souls is that in Dark Souls, if it was a Dark Souls game, there'd be something at the top of that tower. There'd be some NPC that's like really worth talking to. There'd be some hidden area you could go to later on. There'd be a connection from that area to a later area of Castle Boletaria, and that's not what happens. It's literally just climb the tower. Why? To open the door in the bottom of the tower. Okay. Can I fight the shield sludge, please? Please, can I just do that and get it over with? But I why Dark Souls 2 over Demon Souls? I'm just curious.
I think just because I have more of an affinity to the Dark Souls characters and the hub, like in Majula, and a lot of the stuff is very similar. Like there's some NPCs that I feel attached to. I didn't feel attached to any of the NPCs in Demon Souls. I don't even remember any of them.
Nope, none.
But in Dark Souls 2, I feel like there's more. There's a little more substance to it. It's a little bit longer, and at least some of the boss fights are actually hard. Like the only hard fights in Demon Souls was that like fire monkey thing.
Okay.
I don't remember the name, and then the last
demon
boss.
something fired.
Yeah.
Fire demon monkey. There you go. We've come up with our own names.
Fire demon monkey. Is it
versus? I remember the name.
Score Bunny? I don't know.
But yeah, so that's why I really enjoyed Dark Souls 2 more, because there were some harder bosses and at least there was some more lore to it, or you know, there felt like there was a bit more substance.
Yeah.
But I also put Demon Souls last because there's a certain character in there that I don't like, but I won't talk about that.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know if it's a spoiler for people who haven't played Demon Souls.
Don't let the chat bully you.
Well, I can say, am I allowed to say spoilers?
Yes, spoiler alert. Okay, go ahead.
For Demon Souls. Patches is in Demon Souls. Apparently, I missed him. I didn't even see
That's
him.
the one NPC I remembered of patches.
Yeah, and I didn't know that, and I was actually spoiled by it. I got spoiled that Patches was in the game, but then I never found him.
Really?
So technically,
Yeah.
was he even in the game?
Even there.
Guess
Right?
not.
Only
I almost
for-
want to find him again.
But you had to play it again to
kill
find
him.
him.
I
You gotta
took
play
it.
it again to find him.
Yeah, I took.
Apparently, I was.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, apparently I was standing right next to him at some point. Apparently, I just barely missed him.
I don't like
Maybe a
Patches in
blessing.
Demon Souls because his face moves too much and it freaks me out.
You have too
He's
much
like, "I know that.
animation.
Go down in that hole and get that thing. Get down there.
Wow, did
Go
you?
on.
Did
I'm
you?
escaping you.
Did you do the work?
Stop
You
moving
did.
your
He did
jaws,
the
man.
voice work. You did it.
Stop moving your jaws too. They put too many dots on the animation face, I think. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a little unsettling to be honest.
It's very strange. I like the no talking, like the no face movements a lot better. It's just like, let me telepathically talk to you, please.
It's true. But
So
again,
I
it's a
hope it
beautiful
works.
game, Umbasa.
I think if I like your list. I like both your lists because I think we have a pretty much
I kind
solid
of want to change my
agreement.
list now to Kip's list.
Quick, come here.
You
Yeah.
kind of convinced me. You convinced me
Go
to
over
do
here.
Demon Souls to the bottom, to be honest. It's just the aesthetics that are pulling me over. That's it.
Did you say yours, Jordan?
I haven't yet.
Tell us.
Mine is it's Bloodborne, DS3, Sekiro. See there's my problem, right? I'm I'm putting
That's fair.
the reason I don't have Dark Souls in my top, Dark Souls 1 that is in my top 3, is because I'm holding on to the fact that that's my first. I was holding on to the fact that, like I mentioned earlier, that it was the first experience I've had with a Dark Souls game. I started there, right? Dark Souls 1, I was like, that's where I'm starting. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. You know, what was it? 1, 2, 3, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, I think is what I went.
Yeah,
That's how I went. So I was holding on to the fact, and they're all very close, mind you. This isn't like, oh, everything out of 3 is bad, because none of them are bad regardless, even at the bottom. But I think Sekiro, and then it would be Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, and then Dark Souls 2. And there's a big gap, right? There's a big gap between the top 4 and the bottom 2. Demon Souls, I could have played more. I beat it, obviously, and I could have enjoyed more of it. It's just the fact how pretty the game was. Like, honestly, I could sit in that game and stare at a screen. I had the privilege of playing in 4K, and, like, you know what I mean, like those things, and like actually getting the full experience of it. So it was one of those things where I'm like, holy shit, like this game is very, very pretty. It was extremely easy compared to any of the other ones. Like you mentioned, none of the bosses were hard. It was more the trip to get to said boss was the only real issue I had. Like, the challenge wasn't the satisfaction of the boss being difficult. It was more like, oh, I got to him. Now, okay, let's see if I can actually beat this boss. And luckily, if I do, I can move on, right? I think that's my list. It could waver, honestly. The top 4 are so close together where it's hard for me to even but yeah, I think Bloodborne is, so I think there's a bigger gap between 1 and 2, which is Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, because Bloodborne to me is just fantastic. I think the bosses are fucking fantastic. The DLC is one of my favorite boss fights. I'm not going to say anything. DLC is one of my favorite boss fights of all of them. I think for me personally, because of a specific moment that happened, and I'm not going to mention it. It's a clip. If you want to go find it on the channel, feel free. I'm not going to say anything for Kip's sake, but it's a specific point, and it happens sometimes. I've seen it in other people's videos, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that's why, honestly, it comes down to one moment why it's actually number 1, not versus number 2, and in one fight. And that's kind of the way it is. But Bloodborne's well done. I think it's like we talked about, Crit. We said it should have been Dark Souls 2, right? As far as, because it did come out before 3. and at the same time developed the same time as 2, if you said correctly, right?
So yeah, Bloodborne was
Close.
being made around the same time as Dark Souls 2. It came after Dark Souls 2 a year,
Right.
actually almost a year exactly. And the other thing I want to say too is that Miyazaki has said in interviews before that Bloodborne is what he wishes. Bloodborne is basically saying, Miyazaki is saying, I play Dark Souls this way. This is how I really designed Dark Souls to be played, and I'm making a game that basically forces you to play the way I play Dark Souls, which is no armor or light armor, whatever, rolling around, fast movement, counterattacks, parries, backstabs, all that stuff.
Mhm.
It's not about he didn't make Dark Souls for the purpose of, but he's obviously supportive if you want to play this way, hence the armor in the game, of big shields and slow movement and all that. Like he's like he's like, I see someone playing Dark Souls and they're like, they're tanking and they're basically taking their time, and I really want to tell them, like, just get in there, just get in there, don't be afraid, hop in the fight, get in there and do your thing. And that's what he made Bloodborne for, because he really wanted that to be more prominent for people and they can have that experience,
Right.
because he feels like the best experience you get is from that faster movement, hence Dark Souls 3 getting a little more inspiration that way too, because you do get more of the adrenaline rush that you get throughout the game of just the faster movement, as opposed to just like, I'm gonna sit here with my mega armor and shield and tank every attack and
Yeah.
poke, and then
Right.
recoup, and then tank every attack and then poke, and then I win after an hour.
The four
So
kings
yeah,
strategy, you mean?
yeah, exactly.
I maybe you might be actually onto something. I think I didn't cross my mind, is I think that's why Bloodborne is, because if I go back and actually all of my first runs were I never touched a sword, or I'm sorry, never touched a sword. A shield. I never used it. Yeah, I went the whole game just fist only. No, I think I didn't touch a shield. I didn't even use it. The only one I used was on my back. You know what I mean? And I two-handed pretty much halberds. Yeah. Halberd's greatest weapon in all of them. Don't worry. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Oh, this is known. This
Twin
is known in this world.
Twin axes.
Twin axes.
Wing Knight twin axes are the best weapon in the game.
I did a twin halberd run, and it's not as great as you think.
Not as good as you think.
Not as great as you think. I thought it was like, hey, two halberds.
Honestly,
yeah.
It's about as good as you think it would be in real life.
Yeah. Yes. But I think you're onto something there. That's why Bloodborne might be so special to me, is because it does add that speed element, in that, you can't just hold something in front of you and block at it. You have to actually time it every single time, and create that separation. And I think that's probably it. That's probably a good reason why it's number one for me. I wanted to bring up Hermes' question in chat.
Yeah.
He says, for someone who doesn't care to play these in order, which game first? Start with one, or play a better optimized one first? One as in a better Dark Souls game first, so you hopefully fall in love.
If we're including like all the Souls games, including Demon Souls, all that stuff, I almost wouldn't even recommend playing Demon Souls, to be honest. I would just go to Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, I'd play it, then Bloodborne, then Sekiro. I think that's how you should do it.
Right. I think
I agree with you.
Okay, so you guys, you both.
Yeah. I think Dark Souls 1 first, because I think if you play Demon Souls first, you don't really get the full experience of what Dark Souls is even like. I mean, you play Demon Souls, we've all played it, and we see how different of a game it is. It's a very different. I also do not like the single use system. I may like it more in Bloodborne because it's a little different, but the single use healing items, like the grasses and stuff, it's just annoying. To go from that into flasks, I think that, like, when you move into Dark Souls 1, you'd be much happier than Demon Souls. It's like almost like a breath of relief. But I think that to hook somebody on it, you would say, hey, here's Dark Souls 1, and then Demon Souls kind of becomes this thing you play at the end, because it's like, well, I should see where it all began. And then it's like, oh man, I totally enjoy this very much. Maybe you do, maybe you love it, I don't know. But like, if you don't like it as much at that point, you can say, well, I don't like it, but I do want to finish it for the completion aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Do you guys mean remastered? Yes. You wouldn't say technically Dark Souls 1, like the actual first.
Either one. I mean, Dark Souls 1 is not a bad game, not remastered. Even White Town on a pretty decent PC nowadays isn't that bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've actually played the Prepared to Die edition on Steam.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Oh, that's a one. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty good. I still love it.
Well, I couldn't even tell the difference, so here I am.
Yeah, it's not too different. It's not like you're playing the remake of Demon Souls compared to Demon Souls PS3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I hear that's a different story for sure.
Very different.
That's what a lot of people were saying, is Demon Souls seems so easy, because the remake seems extremely easy, because you were no longer, in the original, you were no longer fighting the game limitations for the game. Like, you couldn't see a certain amount, you could only see so far. Obviously in Demon Souls, you could see until the other side, no matter what of the area. But that a lot of people say you were no longer fighting the game, you were actually fighting the enemies a lot of the time. So that's kind of the stuff there. So I guess, yeah, start with Dark Souls 1. I would agree with you. If you have a problem playing, I'm not going to say dated because it's not dated by any means, but it is Dark Souls 3 to me is the best version of it. I mean, of the Dark Souls, if you're going to get somebody hooked, right? And if they don't go in, chronological order where it's like 1, 2, and 3 actually makes sense, the lore comes over here and your character transfers over and over. That's where I think a lot of people start with 3, I think, right?
Yeah, they did. A lot of people start with 3. You saw a big player base surge and 3 came out.
Yeah. So I think 3 wouldn't be a bad idea. But I'm a huge fan of starting in order, I think. So, remastered or the first one, Prepare to Die edition would be a great place. But I don't start with 2.
Don't start with 2.
You could.
Or start with 2
obviously.
and know that you're only going to go up, right? So optimism, if that's your thing, if you don't want too much pain,
get it out of the way.
Yeah,
That's the thing. If you're coming to the game wanting to fall in love, like if you're saying, hey, you got to play Dark Souls, so your buddy's never played it before, and they're like, I don't know, well, and you want to convince them, I'd say Dark Souls 1. If someone's interested in Dark Souls and they want to play it all the way through, they're already committed to it in their mind, you say, hey, you want to do Demon Souls or Dark Souls 2 first, go ahead and knock those out, and then you can enjoy the rest of it. Maybe you could do that,
Yeah.
And I think with like Dark Souls 3 has fine-tuned a lot of what Dark Souls 1 did, but I think that a lot of the things that were in Dark Souls 1 that Dark Souls 3 fixed weren't as bad as something like what Demon Souls had going on. Like in Dark Souls 1, I hated boss weapons because you didn't. I legitimately forgot at one point how to use boss weapons, how to get them, and I just like fed them to Frampt. And I was like, it's
Wait
not
a
works, right?
second.
Where's the weapon at?
You
It
know,
didn't work. Oh shit.
You did that to me.
I know. I did that to
You
you
most
too.
recently did that to me in my
Because I
second
did that to
playthrough.
myself. That's why. Yeah.
Oh my
I was doing it with you, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna work."
Kip,
sorry.
I was going for a boss weapon that someone in chat was like, hey, you should get this one. I was like, you know what, I will. I'll go get everything. I had to get a specific boss soul, and then I was like, I don't remember how to do it. Crit just happened to be in chat that day and said, hey, you feed it to Framp. That's not what you do with it. And
I think it's like Ludlith, and you transpose it, and it's not how it works. It's better in Dark Souls 3. It's literally just, hey, you want this thing? Here you go.
Well, that was, I haven't played it. Weapon. I haven't gone back to it since. So great. I'm just,
oh my God.
Don't feel guilty, but you should.
Remorse.
I was going to do something. I'm on Twitch tracker because I was quite curious. And this doesn't necessarily speak to the games, but I have you up because I wanted to see, how much airtime or just time spent in the game. Because I'm sure you didn't play these offline.
No.
It's okay. So, do you know for sure which game you spent the most time in of the FromSoft?
I have zero
idea.
Tell me. They said, tell me the answer.
I feel like it has to be Dark Souls 1.
That you spent the most time in, you think it was Dark Souls 1?
Or
maybe Sekiro.
I think it's Sekiro.
I can break it to you if you need me to.
Yeah, can you tell me?
It is Sekiro by 20 hours. 148 hours in Sekiro. You had 128 hours in Dark Souls.
That makes sense. There were a couple of streams where you were like day three of boss. You know what I mean? So I can get that. I can see that.
Well, that makes sense because the monkey fight took me a week. So
yeah, it did. Okay, that's the big thing. That's probably what it was. 20 hours right there.
Yeah.
That boss fight, you're good, dude.
I never want to. That was a fun fight, but I never want to do it again.
Somebody in chat said it was all monkey. All 148 hours were just monkey. Let's see here. Dark Souls 3, you have 97, just short of 98. Dark Souls 2, 81. I get it. In and out. I like it. Great. And then Demon Souls, you had 72. So
okay. Wow.
Short.
Yeah, Demon Souls felt super short.
I think it's like 15 hours is all that game is, if that. Maybe it's 10. Like if you like know what you're doing and like streamline through it, you know what I mean? Like if you like get 1 or 2 runs for a boss, it's like that long, I think. And it's not. Yeah.
Right.
You didn't ever have those like 3-day streams of fighting the boss in Demon Souls though.
Yeah, you beat it in like
your 30,
like stay
third try. Yeah.
Hour night, day 4.
48 hours into Tower Night.
Punch its ankle. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do. Okay.
And that got me interested. I wanted to check mine as well, but I had Well, I'm 83 hours in Dark Souls 1. That's purely probably because I've played it again recently. Dark Souls 2, 73 hours. And I have not played that one again. So that kind of blows my mind that Dark Souls 2 is up there. Bloodborne, 61. Sekiro at 45. And then the other one somewhere else. Oh my God, where are these other games even at? I play too many games. That's what this looks like. Demon Souls remake 22. Apparently I was in and out. Okay,
Wait,
that's
how
good.
many?
What's that?
How many
22.
hours was it?
Demon Souls was 22.
Wow.
It's like, what's mine?
Well, here's the thing. This is airtime. So this is going to count for this is purely category time that you were in it. So if you were just chatting or you're taking a break, talking to people.
That's also true.
So this is not a definitive answer for you by any means. I was just very curious because of comparing to list as far as where you listed your favorite games or the series, right? And then actually how much time was invested into it. That's kind of my whole point. So,
Garenzo makes a very good point that I was thinking about is that for me, I always talk a lot for the first hour,
right?
And I still am in the game category because I refuse to be in just chatting because I usually get weird people.
Okay, fair.
Just because of my tags and stuff, so I just kind of avoid that. I've tested it, and it's just every time. So I'm like,
Nice.
I just fuck
Yeah. Plus, I mean, there's also times where that's just breaking in the middle, or just an anti-racist pack pops up, and it's like, let's talk about this for 30 minutes. So that kind of eats into the time too, and not eating into it, but it's like you're not playing Sekiro at that point, but it's still on the Sekiro tag. You know, why would you switch to just chatting, like you said, for 20-30 minutes and then come back into it every time? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
that's kind of cool to look at those, and like I said, that's not by any means not the most accurate thing, but just kind of cool to take your favorite, your top 6, and then see where they go for.
As somebody who has not streamed the Souls games, what's my top streamed game? I'm just curious.
I got you. If you want me to, that's fine.
I'm just curious. It's been 84 years since I streamed, but I have a guess, but I don't like the guess that I have. I don't think it's very indicative. I think it's Among Us.
I think it is too.
It's very dated.
Among Us streamer.
Your Among Us was number 2 for you.
Is it just chatting or is it Apex?
It is Among Us by 12 hours.
What's the next one?
Apex.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I started
and then just chatting.
I did. Then just chatting.
And then
what's number 4 then?
Valheim, Stardew Valley, Deep Rock Galactic, Doki Doki Literature Club, Demon Souls, Paladins, and Sid Meier's Civilization 6.
I mostly streamed Apex and Among Us and just chatting. That's basically what I did the whole time.
Hey man, that's okay. You don't have to. You played all those. You played all the Souls games off stream except Demon Souls, right? That's the only one I've actually seen you play.
I played a little Demon Souls on stream, yeah, but I didn't play it.
Sekiro, I watched a little bit.
He got mad at me for it. I'm sorry, Sneaky.
Yeah.
Sneaky came back one time. I was like, I played Sekiro on stream, and he got mad at me because I played a little off stream, and he was. Sneaky's like, "What are you doing? Why are you here? You were there before." I'm like, "Sneaky, wait, I'll calm down." I didn't know. There's a question in chat I wanted to ask real quick too.
Oh, there was? Cool. Yeah, for sure.
I forget who it was. I'm sorry, whoever it was, say who it was. But if you could live in any land or part of the Soulsborne games, like not even just the world, I guess, but just a
map or a section.
Yeah, like Edinburgh or something. You know what I mean? Like or whatever. Where would you live?
Majula, for sure.
Majula's pretty.
Because the cat in the little house, so you have a little friend. The firekeeper's pretty nice. The blacksmith's mean, but I'll get over it. And the beautiful views.
That's true. Yeah, no, I think Majula's a fan. That would be my actual answer. I think my fun answer is Ringed City.
Oh yeah.
And that's purely because of the water poison area.
Your bath? What are you doing in there, dude?
I fucking hate it.
Oh, okay. It's just I
absolutely hate it. It was the part. Do you know the part I'm talking about? You go up the branches and you got to go around this thing. I died 47,000 times there.
I just died to invasions. That's all I ever died to is invaders.
Yeah. That's a good way. But no, I think Ring City, because it adds, which is in Dark Souls 3, it adds, there's so many different areas in the Ring City that kind of talk about other parts of Dark Souls, right? That refer to it. So like you're like, oh shit, that's this from whatever. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be kind of cool. But definitely Majula, I think, is a fantastic. I think that's still my most listened to song That I listened to from the game. Do you guys have soundtracks? Let's do that. Actually, Crit, I'm sorry, give your answer.
You're good. I would say I guess like
Actually, I don't care.
if
We move. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to do that to you.
if I had a real answer, like where I'd actually stay, like it'd probably end up being somewhere like in the Darkroot Forest and just be with Elvie, because I love hearing Alvina talk. So I'd join her covenant right away and just talk to her all day long. I can't join the covenant. I would just be happy hearing her talk all day long. And I'd kill Shiva immediately and then move on with my life. And but I think that my joke answer would probably be, I wanted to say the Abyss, because just like this whole world is depressing. But my other answer instead is Ash Lake, because at that point I can just hide away forever, but have a big giant dragon to keep me company. So that's okay with me.
There you go.
I would just do that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Soundtrack wise, I think the Majula music I think is really soothing.
Mm-hmm.
I think also the Gwen, Dark Souls 1. Plim plim plim. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves to say plim plim plim.
Yeah.
And then when you go to Dark Souls 3 and you do
half the second half,
you
it's
hear
like,
it
oh,
again, yeah, in the last phase you hear it again. You're like, oh my god, you get a flashback of like your whole life, like 5 seconds before you die.
He's warning you. He's like, you know what to do. You can do this. Like, I can't do this. Like, you miss.
But yeah, I need to listen to more of the soundtrack because, well, I had a really sad time because for some reason I was playing Dark Souls 1 and I got to 4 Kings, and then I realized I had the music off the whole time, and I went into my settings and it was off. I was like, oh my god, there's been music this whole time.
Oh man. Oh,
so different, so quiet.
I have to play it again.
You're like, wow, this game. They're like, wow, this game really is. They didn't splurge on a composer, did they?
Splurge on a composer. my choice is just Firelink Shrine. The nostalgia of the Firelink Shrine music is never lost on me, and just like Dark Souls 1 Firelink Shrine, just hopping in that and like hearing, getting past the Asylum Demon and hopping into the game, it's just like home. You know what I mean? Like it just hits it. So that's for me.
I think soundtrack wise, it's hard to pinpoint. I can't give one over the other. Like I can't be like, Dark Souls 3 soundtrack is better than all the others, but it's like specific tracks from each one. Majula is absolutely fantastic. I think Nameless song at the end of Dark Souls 1, the credits, is fucking fantastic. I still listen to that one almost at least every other day. It just comes up on a playlist, I'm sure, somewhere. And then when you give the Firekeeper her eyes in 3,
how it changes,
and the music in Firelink changes.
I like that. That
sound and that track is absolutely fantastic. Don't remember the name of it. I think if you search "Give Firekeeper Eyeballs" song, I think maybe it'll pop up.
Google will do the job.
Exactly. But I think that's kind of I don't remember the music in Demon Souls. I don't remember the music in Sekiro a whole lot, honestly. And
I do.
It's burned in there.
100 some hours will do that to you, though.
Right? Yeah, that's true. 148 hours.
4 days.
Yeah, the monkey music's probably in there forever. You just might as well like it, right?
Yeah, I can't even tell. I mean, it's like tinnitus. It's like I just hear that all the
time. And I feel bad because I think Sekiro actually has good tracks, right? It's one of those things, or good songs. I just don't recall any of them, and maybe it's because you
were too into the game at the moment. You were
maybe it's because I was just so good. I just got in and out of the game. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Let's just some clips real quick, shall we?
Just goated, right?
Let's check the clips.
Let's not check those clips. I probably got the most frustrated at Sekiro, I think.
Yeah.
I think Sekiro was
that feeling, that high and low feeling is the highest in Sekiro, I think.
Yeah.
The high, like the low of losing in Dark Souls and the high of winning in Dark Souls is like this, but it's like this in Sekiro.
I would definitely agree.
That's why I would say it's so good.
Right.
For the game.
Bloodborne. Okay, I forgot. I'm not going to say it. The favorite boss fight is that song.
I can take my
No. I think people understand. It's DLC. It is. I think Crit already knows what I'm talking about. It is. That track is absolutely fantastic. That probably is my top 3 or 4. I think. I can't pick just one, but I think Nameless is just probably the top, I think. And then Majula is just letting me put on. You're like, hey, I'm going to do whatever, you know, I have to work on stream stuff, or I'm going to do, you know, a script or whatever it is, right? You can just put that on. You're like, okay, it's just going to sit in the background like it should. Yeah, the music's just great all around. I wish I would have paid more attention to Sekiro, and I might actually have to go back and listen to some of those. That might be the plan at some point. But favorite weapon? I'm gonna hop on. We are in mine. I'm gonna skip me. We know. So what do you guys have? I want to know. Either one of you, whoever wants to fight and start first.
I'll maybe go first because I will probably be less. I'll be less informative about it because I didn't really dive into a lot of different weapons in the game. I just had like one or two that I really liked and I stuck with it.
Right.
Dark Souls 1, I really liked the Falcon because I first went in with a magic build and then I switched to a magic melee weapon. I don't know why I did that. It's really bizarre. But I really wanted to do magic apparently, so I had to do it. And then I was like, I don't want to do magic anymore.
It's so funny watching you switch though mid game. It's like I'm just doing everything. I was like, all right, go for it. You got it. Whatever.
Yeah, it was really great.
It made it work though. Whatever.
Yeah, but it was fun. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that I got to try both because as my first Souls game, it was Dark Souls, and I got to do magic for like the first half, and then in the second half, I had to do melee. So it was cool that I got to experience both and realize, okay, I like melee more.
Yeah, I'm in that same camp. I don't think I touched magic at all in any of them. I don't think it didn't seem appealing to me. You know what I mean? But that's my quick little thing. Crit, what do you got?
I like magic. No, I went through and Dark Souls 1, and my first playthrough was I think I just stuck with the bastard sword, like the whole, or the broadsword, one of the two, the whole time for Dark Souls 1. I just like I didn't try anything else out because I liked it enough. But it's like I'd try a weapon, besides like the Drake sword. And I'd try a weapon and I would think, oh, this is neat, but like mine does more damage. And then someone would, like my friends would be like, yeah, but like, did you upgrade it? And I'm like, no, I have a plus 10 over here. And they're just like, but you could upgrade that one, it'll be better than this one. I don't care, mine's already plus 10. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. So that's my first one. Dark Souls 3. My favorite weapons in the game though are more memorable as I picked them out. I told me I didn't know they were at first. I don't really know. I had to like recently learn the mechanics of like scaling and stuff, and how that works, and like really get my mind around like this thing is good, but it's not as good as this because of, you know, like the Sunlight Straightsword use builds off of faith and strength and whatnot, so that kind of thing, like understanding that. But I was like, I want to do strength, so like doing strength builds, but I hate great weapons. I hate them. I hate going slow. I hate even like in Dark Souls 3, you can do Crucifix of the Mad King, which is like a dark build halberd, but it feels like you're playing a great sword because it just slams in the ground so slowly. I hate that. Great axe. So or even a club. I've ended up doing, I just went battle axe the first half of the game, leveled it up to as high as I could get, and then I went to Lothric Castle and I farmed the only wing. I think only one wing knight in the game carries him. I farmed the winged knight for like 15 kills at least. I'd like pop a gold coin, put on the gold serpent ring, you know, have my luck skill a little bit higher, hoping for something to happen out of that. I don't know if that helped at all. And then I would just go in there and I'd kill him and he wouldn't drop it. And I'd go back to the bonfire and I'd do it all over again. And finally, my buddy actually got him and was going to give him to me, but he leveled him up to plus 10. You can't drop items that they're plus 10. They're higher. So once the upgrade, you can't drop them. So it was like, no.
Back to grinding.
But yeah. Yeah, so the Wing Knight twin axes are my favorite because I like the speed, but the heavy hitting of the strength. I'm okay with like sacrificing the extra damage of like a great sword or a great axe or anything, to get that speed, and the fact that like the weapon art for that thing is literally just spinning the circle holding axes out, and it never works. No one ever gets trapped in that spinning cyclone of death. It never happens. Even like AI does it, but it's just fun to look at. I'll finish a boss and just spin around in the room. I'm being summoned by somebody, and I'm like, we did it, good job. So. Everyone's like, "Oh, nice, clap! Very cool move.
This guy's great.
Thanks for the help. This is cool. What are those?"
Oh man, that's great,
Daniel.
I agree. Kip, what about you? Do you prefer speed versus? Well, Well, I guess no, that still kind of works. Do you prefer the speed versus the big bonks?
Yeah, I do prefer speed, which is why I really liked playing with the Uchi. In Dark Souls 3, I did a dex build, and I really enjoyed that. Because I think Dark Souls 2, I just did strength. And I don't think I had like a super big weapon, but I feel like I've tried kind of every kind of build. Like Demon Souls, I had a big clunky weapon that was a bit slow but did big damage. And I almost don't like the big clunky. I do like a little bit of dex. I like to be a little fast.
Okay.
So yeah, which is why I like to have the saw in Bloodborne closed because it's faster. But I like that I can open it if I want to.
If you need to, it's there.
And to the point of like you said, like the Saw too, like the other thing with that, like I in Dark Souls 1 when I played my second go through, I actually knew what I was doing. I used the bandit knife a lot because there's nothing more satisfying than like with the Saw, that like bleed mechanic where it's just like I'm hitting you like in Dark Souls 1 the dagger does like a critical damage a lot, like a big critical extra hit. So it's like, all right, I'm poking you for 17 damage, 17 damage, 17 damage, 145, and it's like, oh, it's so cool, you know. It's just like that big payoff. So it kind of gives that same feeling as using the Saw too, where it's just like you're just tearing through them, you know, and it's just like slicing the arteries open, you know.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
take that, Capra.
I'm gonna talk about it because I love it. So my answer is a halberd. Shocker.
No way.
I get it. I understand.
No way.
Here's what I will tell you that I don't like about the halberd from game to game is they do change, like significantly. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's not the attack, what attacks they do. One could be a poke. The other one could be a slash. Of course, spin it to win it. Of course, that's what everybody knows. That's what I did. It carried me most of the way, all the way through it. So, hey, thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I do want to, I think Black Knight Halberd is kind of my stamp. That's my stamp is Black Knight Halberd. Just like Libby, it carried me through the entire game as well. So, absolutely fantastic weapon there. Do you think, will you guys, oh no, Crit, is there a specific, because this one's actually going to be directed to you, because I'm not as, I maybe I'm misspeaking for Kip, but you kind of see, the boss lore, kind of like maybe just Dark Souls 1. Oh, he got a book. Oh my God. Okay. All right. A little light reading, if you don't mind. Do you have, what Dark Souls 1, I'll stick there. What is the saddest story in your opinion from any of those bosses? What?
Quaylana. No, it's my I think the saddest, the most prepare to cry story, if you will, would be just Izalith in general, in my opinion. Is it Izalith? It's gotta be Izalith. I mean, yeah, it's Izalith. It's because I mean, yeah, I don't know, like the lore of did you guys ever find Quaylana in your playthrough by chance? Quaylana? Did you find a woman in the swamp in Blighttown? Or were you
Maybe, I
like
don't
most people
remember.
and just eat the fuck out of Blighttown as fast as possible?
That's
Okay.
probably pretty accurate. Yeah. Every
Yeah.
single time I step foot, I was, where's the nearest exit?
I think I've told you both this in your playthroughs. When you fight Quelaag, and then you find the hidden bonfire, whereas the fair lady is there. And I always say kill the fair lady, because unless my thinking is from a role playing perspective, unless you're planning to farm the 30 humanity, she's just gonna starve. I mean, especially like she's just gonna starve. Because Quelaag's, I mean, now she has her covenant to bring her some humanity, but it's not like I think that Quelaag was the main source of the humanity for her. And I'm like, her sister's gone. Like, she thinks her sister is alive, and she'll just kind of live here waiting for her sister to come back and starving to death. And I'm like, I'm just going to kill her just out of mercy. So that's pretty sad. But the real sadness comes from Izalith had, on account, Quelaag, Fair Lady, she had 5 daughters and a son, which would be the Ceaseless Discharge as her son. And when you go to Ceaseless Discharge into the fog gate, you walk down that long track thinking, oh, this is fine, no big deal. What's this fog gate for? Easy baby game. Nothing bad here. And then you get to the end and you find this body and you pick up an item on that body. You may not even notice it's a body when you pick it up, but it's the item, and then he starts attacking you. And it's because he thinks that's the body of his sister Quaylana. who was very sweet to him, very kind to him, treated him well, even after he turned into this ceaseless discharge, basically. The other two sisters, besides Fair Lady and Quelaag, are attached to the Bed of Chaos on the sides. And then Quailana fled Izalith because she was scared of what was happening. So she left. So you can find this woman in the swamp and talk to her, and she'll teach you pyromancies. And she'll talk to you about her sisters and her mother and hoping they're okay and all that. But she's afraid to go back. In Dark Souls 3, if you go into the catacombs of Karthus and you start digging around in the smoldering lake and go past the big Karthus worm and get a little farther, you can find in a certain area, you can find the fair lady's like mummified body essentially. And curled up next to her is another humanoid body, and the item on her is Quilana's pyromancy tome, which shows that she went back to find her sister towards the end of
okay.
Izalith.
That's cool.
It's really cool, and that's like it's a happy ending technically. I mean, I know we don't know if she found her when she was alive or not, but it's like
Right.
this like family being torn apart in the midst of this giant multiple wars and all that. It's just that to me, I don't like spiders, but a Jorogomo gets me. The Japanese, the Jorogomo, Legend of the Humanoid Lady Spider, gets me every time, and I'm a big Quelaag fan just because of the theming of that. And so that was another thing too. But I think Quailana's a really sad story, but happy at the end, I guess. So
Okay. All right. I figured you had an answer. That's why I asked.
I do.
You know what I mean? I figured.
What do
And
you mean?
well, I remember playing Dark Souls 1, and which is when you and I met, when you actually like stepped foot in the stream.
Right.
And you gave me lore dumps, not just me, but everybody else. And it was appreciated, right? You know what I mean? Like, so I knew you had some reading material, of course. And then B, I knew that you probably had an answer for it. So I'm very happy you did. Kip, did you dig into a lot of the lore like that? Or is it something you kind of, it was more the experience for you?
I did a little bit of like Vati Vita watching and things like that, and had some people in my chat telling me some stuff as well.
Right.
In terms of lore, I mean, Artorias is pretty common as well, like Artorias' lore. I do really like Sigurd's lore from Dark Souls 3, Onion Bro.
Are you guys Onion Bro or Sun Bros?
I'm Onion Bro for sure.
I think
1000%.
I'm a Sun Bro.
I was to say I kind of can see that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I think I'm more Sun Bro than I am. I think I was watching your stream when I was like slowly turning in Kip, when I was like, oh, maybe I am Onion Bro. And then I was like, no, I'm Sun Bro. I can't betray.
Well, which Onion Bro though? Which Onion Bro are you talking about? Because if it's Sigmar, then I'm not like I'm more Sun Bro. But if it's Sigurd, then I'm okay. I like Sigurd better, I think.
Yeah, I'm talking about Sigurd from Dark Souls 3 because with his lore with Yorm is really cool, and also I think, is it in Dark Souls 1 where he has like a daughter that's also
Sigmar has a daughter? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that lore as well.
And Sieglind.
Sigbrod. No. What's her name?
Sieglind. Yeah, Sigmar and Sieglind.
Yeah. I think their lore is really cool.
I really dig.
I get mad at Sigmar. I get mad at Sigmar though.
Her like
your daughter.
Yeah, it's sad because she's trying to like take care of him, but he keeps going off to like fight
for that.
Yeah,
it's like, fuck, I'm here, dude.
Okay, so you're
Sigmar
firmly
Sigurd over Sigmar.
So you're firmly in the Onion Bro camp, which is great. I think the Four Kings are kind of interesting a little bit.
I don't know anything about them.
If I'm in, tell me, Crit, you might be able to tell me if I'm wrong, but like Four Kings, they were turned into dark race due to corruption of evil. And I think that maybe I mean, that's very broad, but I'm saying like
that gets to the point though, I'd say.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's kind of, I think the Four Kings is really, really cool. I think the concept that it's Four Kings, but then it's not really Four Kings, during the fight itself.
Right.
The
lore,
lore,
one boss.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I think that's kind of cool. And I think exploring Ring City was the most fun for me, and seeing all the different stuff. Connection wise, or old monuments, or old zones that you played in before, like that stuff was just really, really cool to see.
Like the Demon Princes was like in Firelink Shrine. That was really cool to me. That was a really neat thing that like when I didn't notice it at first when I played it, And I went back and I was just looking around, and my buddy pointed out to me, and I was just like, "Holy fuck, we are in Firelink Shrine. You're right.
Like,
I mean, what's left of it, but
Yeah.
goddamn, we are.
Holy shit,
It's
we're
very,
here.
very cool to like drop into that. So
I'm firmly in the stance that Gale is Santa Claus.
Yes, 1,000%.
you bring
Yeah.
such good
I
gifts.
was hoping you were gonna catch on, Kip, because I got that purely from your channel and watching that stream.
The
It's
Christmas music
so
that got
good.
muted.
So good, yeah. Which
Got
is
muted.
yes, I did. Worth it at the moment, I will say. Oh, actually, Hermes pointed out that Sunbro is in the background, so you guys might not be able to see it, but actually, the split screen background that we use, Sunbro's in there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
I didn't even. I didn't. There's also a bonfire, a coil sword in there too. So, man, the things you know, the things you don't look at, even though somebody worked very hard on it. Anyways,
I saw Hermes right over there, you know.
yeah,
Thank you.
Hermes deserves all the appreciation for that background. Is there anything you guys want to talk about for this? Because like I could do endless. I feel like I could talk about it. There's a point where I would be repeating a lot of the same information, but like, what are the years between games? Do you know? Like, because from Elden Ring to
Oh, like real life years?
yeah, like I mean,
Oh, okay.
like
I was
yeah,
reading
no,
on that.
not actual, like, you know, not lore. And how long was Dark Souls 1 from Dark Souls 2?
Yeah.
But
Dark Souls 2 came out in 2014. Bloodborne came out in 2015. Dark Souls 1 came out 2011.
okay,
Sekiro came out. No, yeah, Bloodborne.
Yeah, I
Dark
can
Souls 1
read it
came
in
out
order.
2018.
Let's see. Yeah. Demon Souls 2009, Dark Souls 1 2011, Dark Souls 2 2014, Dark Souls 3 2016. The remaster came out 2018, and then Demon Souls remastered 2020.
Okay.
And then oh yeah, Dark Souls. Oh my god. For Bloodborne and stuff, I will have to look into that because I'm
Bloodborne's
confused.
2015. Sekiro's 2019. I just saw that one.
2019. So 2019 to 2022. Right. So I mean that's a 3-year gap. That's not even that bad when it
Demon
comes to
Souls was your filler. Yeah,
well,
I mean,
if you count, that's not them. That was technically Blue Point.
no, it's not, but it's just your filler to keep you occupied.
for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Um,
Like, where's Elden Ring? We're no Elden Ring, but here's Demon Souls. Calm down.
right. You're like, hey, here's a taste.
Please do not go kill Miyazaki. We need him alive.
Yeah. So that was kind of interesting to me is if you take a FromSoft game 2 and like that's technically the longest space, right?
Mhm.
You said Dark Souls 1, the original was what year? 11 to Dark Souls 2, which is
14.
So okay,
Yeah.
so 3 years.
3 years.
Which is impressive. I do want to say it's extremely impressive. That they put out consistent content like this. Like it's not a big gap. 3 years is pretty much a cycle for a AAA title, which
Look at Assassin's Creed. I mean,
right. Yeah,
3
exactly.
years.
They push those out yearly, even Call of Duties, which whatever. But I do want to talk about real quick because apparently there's storms in our area, and somebody, Hermes actually lives close, not close, but fairly, lost power. So if I lose power, I apologize. I'm going to say it right now. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm going to do this prematurely. So I'm going to do this now. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, Crit. Thank you, Kip, for all hanging out and having a fantastic conversation about Dark Souls, everything, and FromSoft pretty much, not just Dark Souls. So I appreciate you guys coming on. You both know you have open invitations to this show whenever. If you have any ideas for this like special edition version of this that we're doing, bring them to me because I would love to talk about anything that you guys have in mind. This is honestly every Friday night is a highlight of my kind of a week, if you will. I enjoy doing this and spending time with incredible people such as yourselves and Hermes weekly, of course. So please, if there's something that you want to talk about or you have an opinion about, please let me know. You guys can come on literally whenever you want. Just say, hey, I'm going to pop on. I will change the scene. We'll be just fine. And it won't be a problem. So like I said, please keep that in mind. You guys are more than welcome. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and kind of say where they can find you and things first, just in case I do lose power, so you guys can do all that too. So Kip, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, and if you have a schedule, I guess too.
Yeah, well, I do stream on Twitch. I do.
Mm.
So I'm there. Joshua Kipp. I mean, Joshua Kipp's my username for every social media. If there's a website, my name is there. For like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all those things. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And was there anything else I was supposed to say?
No, whatever. You can add whatever you want. I do have a question for you once Crit, go ahead and give your outro, if you will. Excuse me.
Name's DaddyCrit. I streamed once upon a time, and I might one day again. Who knows? The tides will tell. I don't know. We'll find out. You can find me here
Occasionally
sometimes. You
here?
can find me in the streams of these two wonderful people. You can
Maybe
find
in the
me
back somewhere.
on my Discord, in my house. I mean, you can find me a lot of places. Please don't find me in my house though. That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah,
I love a lot of you, but
not
not all
yet.
of you. I forget the little back in this quote, but it's that quote. And then yeah, but follow me if you want. I'll be on one day.
There you go. Perfect.
I appreciate it.
You guys can also find me everywhere. I've got to get a drink. Oh my goodness. You guys can follow me anywhere. I'm also the Jordan Beach or the Jordan Beach, whatever you want to say and however you want to say it. Oh, thanks guys. Appreciate that. Thank you. I literally don't have a drink within. You guys are just rubbing it in. You guys can find me anywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. The Jordan Beach. Please show some love, say hello, do whatever. I'd like to have a conversation no matter what it is. Mainly focus on video games, but I can talk about whatever, give my opinion, have a respectful conversation, even if we disagree, like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's a hot topic.
But
Sensitive.
we've already had that conversation, so I won't boil any more blood. I already just forgot my question, which is embarrassing. Kip, what were we going to talk about? I forget.
I have a question.
Go ahead, please. I'll try to remember mine.
Do you guys have from I guess from any of the games in general, a favorite NPC or quest line? Like if it's Onion Bro or Sun Bro, obviously we already know that. But if it's anything else, or everyone's higher than them, if they're higher than them, I'd love to know that too. But either one of you.
Yeah, I totally messed up Henri's thing to get married in Dark Souls 3, and it'll be the biggest regret of my life. I accidentally killed the assassin that was in the corner in that one room, and I just didn't know because there was a message laid down. They said assassin here. I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna kill this random thing, and I did. And then I got like a couple streams later, I went to go talk to Henri because someone was like, you can marry him, and then I went there, and they were like, no, you can't, you killed the assassin apparently, and I was devastated.
Have you seen the wedding? Just out of curiosity.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I almost can't see it. It's too traumatic for me.
It's gonna be more traumatic than you think it is. But okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Here's the thing. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You can marry someone in Dark Souls, Henri.
I had no idea.
It's the best ending.
Is it?
It's like the only. It's honestly, it is like the true ending of the series. If we're being real.
Huh.
Like I might watch it right now.
Okay. So what?
I mean.
So okay. So what? Because I will watch it later. I'm gonna watch it now. Okay. But what is it if?
Yeah. If I wanted spoiler alert: Dark Souls 3. Everybody who's listening, watching, and YouTube at home, go away. Okay. So Dark Souls 3, you have the endings of, you link the fire again, but when you do, it's not like this glorious thing in Dark Souls 1 where it's like it bursts into flames and all that. It's just like you sit down in the fire and it's just like it's a small little flame. Or you let it die out. You can with the fire keeper, you can because you have to leave the fire basically. It's like you can't walk away like you did before. But you can let it die out into an age of dark with the firekeeper. And then the twist of that is the third ending would be
like okay, hold on. I think I can bring it up if we want to watch it.
Sure. Yeah.
It is okay. It's about 24 minutes long.
Okay, that's the whole quest line.
It's giving you the quest line. So would there be a good point to start it? Or should I not even worry about it? Okay.
Yeah, really short.
All right, let's do the ending. If you would be down, I mean, if you guys want to watch it, I can try to figure it out. How
you can we watch the wedding part?
Best ending,
so the kid can see it.
What? I'm gonna watch it so everybody.
You watch it, you don't wait for it. It's up to you.
Oh wait, who? What?
Do you want to watch it or do you want to like experience it like in I don't know
in the
the
game?
solace of like solitude? I don't know. Like, do you? It's a
No, I
wedding.
don't mind watching it anytime,
Okay.
but how would I watch it?
I'm gonna
Use
switch
my
scenes
phone.
here, and it should be pop. It
Okay.
might pop up for you guys. It might not actually. Hold on. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I don't have the scene set up. Damn it! I apologize for getting everybody's hopes up. Because if I put it on, if you guys don't happen to have the stream up, do you?
I do.
It would be delayed. That's the only issue I would probably go through. But I have to figure out live stuff like this. So it's a work in progress. We'll get there.
Right.
We'll definitely
we
get
can watch the wedding part later. It's very surprising. The ending though that you get from that is the real ending, I guess, of what you've been searching for in Dark Souls all along as the chosen undead, if you will, if you seek what humanity would be seeking, which is the age of humanity, and essentially what Yuria has you do, and Yol wants you to do, and Henri helps you to do, is you are wresting the flame from its mantle. So instead of linking the flame or like snuffing it out with the firekeeper, you are taking the flame from the first kiln, or basically you're taking the first flame from the kiln. You are taking it away, which then basically will bring in the true age of the dark soul. Not just an age of like darkness before it's linked again, because we don't mean Dark Souls. If you walk away and get an age of dark, it's just the flame is no longer lit, but it will like be lit again by another undead at some point. Like it's fading, and you're just delaying the fading being relinked again. So this is just you literally saying, "Hey, no one can link it again because I have the flame. I'm taking it into myself as power, and now I am the Lord of Hollows. So I am like the Lord of humanity essentially." And you get to bring humanity and hollows and all that into the next age of Dark Souls. So I would argue that it's the true ending to the series, because if you link the flame, you're just doing another cycle, and the next player who does this ending is the real winner of the game, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I got you. Okay.
I mean, every ending is fine, but you finish the game. You know what I mean? That's not like that. But I would say that the
Play it
cycle
again.
keeps going. Yeah, play it again. Whatever. The cycle keeps going over and over again, linking or not linking. There's also the ending where you can have the firekeeper snuff the flame out, but you can press like the button to attack in the dark, and you'll hear the firekeeper like, why? And you kill the firekeeper in the dark, and you don't actually get to see it. And some people have experienced that on accident. They put the controller down, and it's just like, no, what happened?
What happened?
What did I do? I gave her eyes so she could see me kill her in the dark.
Yeah, so she could, or not. Right?
It's terrible. So that's the main thing, is you just take the fire away from the kiln. So I mean, that's the ending. The whole quest line, it is very hard to get the Henri quest line if you don't know how to do it, though. Like, it's very hard to just stumble into the Henri quest line.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 24 minutes of a guide. I figured that I wasn't gonna. If I didn't, I wasn't already messed it up.
Because
you know what I mean?
I've almost, when I did it last time, I almost didn't do it because I almost progressed too far without doing like a step 3 or something like that. Gotcha. And I was just like, oh wait, go see Henri first. You know what I mean? Like, I almost forgot, or else she's not going to be there anymore. So I think it's now I will say this: of all the things in Dark Souls, one of my the thing that I ask the most questions about and keeps bringing up more questions for me is the Henri quest line and the wedding and all of this stuff. It is very complicated, very speculative, very in depth, and very much like a like you get to the point of like, what's this? It's what's this? Oh, it's that. And what's this? Oh, it's that. And what does that mean? We don't know. And it's like, but I gotta know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you're trying to get to the bottom and you just can't. So a lot of that comes into headcanon and theories and all that. So even when Vati talks about it, Vati does videos on it, and you're just like, but Vati, what's this? And Vati's like, we don't know. It's up to you. And I'm like, no, you tell me. You tell me what you think.
That's what you've been doing for this amount of time. Tell me what it is. Right.
So there's definitely different theories on it, but it is a very complicated part of the story, I would say. Very, very, very speculative, but a very good part of the story. Very interesting.
We do have another question from chat, and I think we'll call it after this one if you guys want to, if that's fine with you guys. It is getting a little late for me, so I think we will call it after this. If you could add a quest line / fight that would be featured as a FromSoft DLC, which game would you pick, and what would be the quest line / fight?
I think I would try to add like an onion bro quest line that would involve you like maybe fighting his like dead wife's ghost or something.
Okay.
That's
I
cool.
think that would be kind of interesting. Sort of really winging that. And yeah, and you can summon him, and then they fight, and there's like this really dramatic like cutscene if you do that.
Right, good scene.
But
Wow,
he like
that'd
dies
be
immediately. You think you can summon him, but you can't. He just dies. He kills her, or she kills him immediately if you summon
holy
him.
shit. Okay.
Why am I imagining that fight scene just kind of playing out like the Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson scene in that movie? Where they're just like yelling
Just
about not
yelling
being in love
each other.
anymore.
Yeah, but in the end, Scarlett Johansson kills Adam Driver.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
He comes in with his giant bison hands and
His
I,
what did
giant
John Oliver say?
shoulders.
What did John Oliver say?
So-
Crush me under your man paws, you bison figured
Yes,
man. Or
yes.
something. Okay.
Oh man.
yeah, this is a complete
Break all my
tangent, real
knuckles.
quick. I've never ever had a celebrity crush ever in my life until I saw Adam Driver. Don't know
Really?
why. Don't know
You know
why.
what? I think I have a huge man crush on Adam Driver. There's no question about it. I don't know if it's Kylo Ren and being in Star Wars or if it's because I've
It's the
liked
lips.
everything he's been in. Like I don't know why. I can't explain myself. I see his face and I smile. It's like I feel the same way John Oliver does, like Crit, like Crit said. But no, I feel the same. I feel the same. And you've never had one until now? Is this serious? She
If you're muted.
Kip, you might be muted.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have my push to talk on. But yeah, I've never had a celebrity crush ever. And even when I was younger, I never like obsessed over a celebrity. But then when I think I saw my Marriage Story, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. And then I saw him in this like other smaller film when he was like a poet who's a bus driver, you know, Adam Driver, bus driver, haha. And he was really good. And then I just watched a lot of interviews of him, and I was like, why am I really obsessed with him? I'm not obsessed anymore, but there was definitely a time where I
He
was.
seems very like very, very smart. Like I don't, he's got that weird, like he puts himself off I don't know. I'm going to not gush about him.
Seems
too
like a
much.
normal
Yeah.
guy to me.
Because
Like, I think
I'm married. Adam, please don't call me anymore.
I think Adam Driver to me seems like he's an attractive guy and he's not Hollywood attractive. Like he's not like the typical cookie cutter you would think of like, oh, here's Chris Evans or here's, you know, here's
Sure.
like
Is he-
superhero attractivity.
Is he
He's like-
Midwest attractive? Huh? Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Is that
Is that what it
thing?
is? Is that a
he's no
thing?
beach, I'll tell you that. So that's a real cutie right there.
Yeah, Ken doll sort of conventional attractiveness is almost bizarre.
Yeah, same thing.
Mhm.
Like I never growing up, I never really had a big like celebrity crush, like female or male. I mean, David Beckham's a fucking looker though. I love David Beckham. And it's the tattoos. But no, I never really had a female because it was very much, you know, Hollywood Ken doll, Barbie doll level stuff. I think for me, Christina Hendricks is pretty great. Anyway, moving on.
Sorry for the tangent. I just needed to say that.
No, that's a good tangent.
Confession.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's probably right there at the top of my list.
Henry Cavill's pretty great though,
Just-
for as a
just
person.
as-
I feel
I
like
think-
that's just a person too. Personality.
All around, him existing is pretty great to me.
Yeah.
So Dark
Who's your
Souls is pretty attractive. How do I do this?
It was hot. The scholar, the first sin.
Who's the sexiest boss?
No, wait. Who's your quest line you would add?
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Let's do
Real
that.
question.
I had a good answer.
You
Also, it's
did.
smog, by the way. It's smog for the answer to your question.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
The nipple guards. Got
Pasties.
Lighting.
I think I would add maybe as like a joke answer would be a fetch quest.
You have a fetch quest. What do you mean?
Like go collect 20 of these,
Okay.
and then you
Ooh.
bring it back to this person. And like the 20
Also, the whole
things.
game is a fetch quest.
Yeah, I know, but like this is specifically for no reason. Like I don't know if you get dung pie when you bring it back. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think that'd be kind of
The
fantastic.
best item in the game.
Like it's literally they bring the one thing that I think it is there's a Borderlands. It's a little bit different, but there's a quest in Borderlands that you had to collect zombie brains, but it never ended, and they never told you that, right? So it never ended. Like it was one of those things to piss off the player where it sat there, right? And they're just like, fuck.
You get a trophy.
Right. So that extent, but make it from patches, I think would make me very happy. But it only takes place after the game's been beaten. So New Game Plus, you start it. He's actually where you start, and then you can find him, and then you start this whole quest that actually never ends. And that's him getting his final retribution of how he feels about you. Like, this fucker's gonna be running around all the time. I don't give a
Patches
shit.
the guy sent you to the store to get blinker fluid for your car.
Right?
Just like,
Yes.
Can I get blinker
Yes.
fluid? You want what? Can I get blinker fluid? Or like
I-
that mom when they're going to get big chungus, for the kid.
Yeah.
It's like,
Sure.
it's not.
I think that would
Okay,
be
Mom.
pretty. I think that would be kind of cool because I feel like I wasn't. I think Patches deserves the hate he gets, but I also
Yes.
feel like that's the only person you can really hate, right? There's
You
not.
can hate bosses. You can
Well,
hate bosses.
yes, I think that's an obviously a way to put it, but I think there's another. I need another person or thing to be upset at outside of bosses and Patches. Or if they give I don't care if they give the quest line to Patches, I'm down for that too. I think that'd be a good time. Add Adam Driver, I'll be mad at him.
If I were to add a quest line, which is a good question, Nick. If I add a good quest line into the game, it would be from the cut content of the game. And this is already exists, but it's or would have existed. But there was an original quest line when Dark Souls was first being talked about, where you were going to run parallel to Oscar the whole time. You would meet Oscar in a lot of points, like you meet Solaire. And how you meet like Siegmeyer, you're going to run into them a lot in Dark Souls 1. And the idea was going to be that Oscar frees you from the Undead Asylum in the hopes of jumpstarting the prophecy. And Oscar is very, very meta, I think, in the game, because the idea of Dark Souls being that you're the chosen undead. I mean, the game even tells you, or in like the game reflects the player very much, but the game is like, you're not the chosen undead, but you will be the chosen undead if you win the game. Essentially, if you beat the game like the fire, you'll be the chosen undead. And Oscar basically understands the idea of the prophecy. There's probably a philosophy word for this, but it's like a prophecy of not a specific chosen person, but someone who steps up to assume the role of the chosen person. And his idea is, if I get as many candidates as I can into that, then one of these fucks is going to be right and get in there and link the flame and be strong enough and to be great. Maybe it's me, and maybe it's not. Maybe it's these guys over here. And the idea was that originally he wasn't going to be knocked over by the Undead Asylum demon, and the boulder would reveal him and all that. It was going to be that he would get out and you would go along your path. And at some point, I believe I recall, at some point he was going to go hollow, essentially getting there. He hit a point before, like soon before Gwyn, where he couldn't go any farther. He basically went hollow at that point, and you would be fighting him. So I would have loved to see more Oscar in the game, because it really is the reflection. And Henri's the same way in Dark Souls 3. Henri's an exact reflection of what Oscar could have been. Because if you don't finish her quest line, she does go hollow. There's no wedding, she goes hollow. And the fact that she's there, or he is there with you the whole time. And right, like, I mean, in some ways better than you, because you get to like the Church of Yorshka and Erithil, and she's already there. And it's like, oh, you just got here. I'm waiting here for Horus, hoping he returns, or something like that. Or like, not waiting for Horus, but like, just, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, so you're already here. You're ahead of me. Okay. But in the end, it ends up being you. So the idea would be that if you didn't finish the game and lick the fire, then off screen or off your playtime, it would be Oscar or Henri doing it. So
That's
just interesting.
You and I have talked about it before. Oscar, you kill him every time, don't you?
I kill him every time.
And that's because
he's gonna kill himself.
Mercy, and you think it's mercy that he doesn't have to do that to himself. So you do it for him.
Yeah. He'll go all either way.
But then he's like, why? And you're like, fuck, did I make the right choice?
We're doing it one time. Like, you're gonna go all either way.
Right.
It's fine. I'm gonna do it for you. Oscar and Fair Lady always die.
Yeah. That is
but
staples in Crit's game. I love it. I guess I don't have much else to add to it. This has been fun. This is cool. I know we've all kind of connected over this series, and I think that's kind of what sparked a friendship, I think, which is pretty great. Always. I mean, I'll take some awesome friendship, let me tell you. Every single time.
We said Yeah, we said I met Beach on day one of your, I think day one or day two of your Dark Souls stream. I met Kip the day before you started Dark Souls 1, hopping into random Among Us games on Twitch, and it was a blast. And I was like, oh, this person's awesome. I'm gonna hang out with them for a bit. Let's see, they're streaming. The next day, they started playing Among Us, they started playing Dark Souls, and I was like, whoa, what are the odds? Okay,
That's
I'll
awesome.
hang out for this.
That's
So
really
it was a
cool.
lot of fun.
I'll say, I wouldn't even have met Kit if it wasn't for you. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. That being said, I guess I appreciate you guys coming on. Like I said, open invitation on the table whenever you want. Any topics, let me know. Please, please, please just let me know. Discord, pop into a stream, yell at me, do whatever you need to do. Yeah, I think it'll be a good time. I know we're all excited for Elden Ring. That's probably going to be a good time. I don't see it. I don't if you're not streaming by then, Crit, I know you're probably going to be playing it. Kip, you're probably going to be streaming it. You know what? Actually, one. If you do have a quick answer for me, Kip, here's what my question was. I do.
You remembered it?
I do.
Oh, there it is.
Are you? And this kind of goes around the. And you've already built more of a pretty fantastic community, a pretty solid community, right? Here is my question: are you not worried? I guess there's some concern, right, to falling off or picking up different FromSoft games or falling off the FromSoft wagon that you've been on for what was that, November, December?
6 months.
Is it 6 months? Okay.
I think in November or December is when I started playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's like 10 months. But
so yeah, 10. Oh wow. So yeah, are you as you push your Twitch and content creation forward, is that concern you at all, or are you pretty confident? I mean, maybe it doesn't, and maybe it's weird to talk about. But does that concern you at all? Because I know there's Twitch can be a very hey, this is what I play, and then once you stop playing that stuff, especially for a 10-month stretch, right? Does that concern you at all? Are you worried about viewership? I know you've got a bunch of solid people that kind of are loyal to you, which is great. You're loyal to them. But like, yeah, does that worry you at all or concern you?
To be honest, not really. Because I play other games and I usually different people come in at different times for different games, and I guess I just have to respect that. Like when I play GeoGuessr, I get certain people because they only want to come in for GeoGuessr, and that'll be fun.
Which is the Twitch game, really.
Yeah, and I mean, most of the time it feels like there's more people. I don't check a viewer count, but like the beginning of my stream is usually when I feel like there's more people and I'm just like talking with people.
Right.
And that feels like, it feels like, yeah, like usually like I posted a lot of like Dark Souls stuff on TikTok, and now I just post like random thoughts I have or weird impressions of other people, and like that seems to do well. So I think I've finally like kind of transferred over to just like not really caring about doing Souls game, just doing because I like it, and just moving on to games that I really enjoy. And then in the meantime, doing, my good Adam Driver impression.
Okay. That's cool. I was just curious because it's I think a lot of people go through it, especially if you have a one game streamers who play one game and they're like, fuck, I don't want to play this anymore. Not that and I feel like you're coming close to that in Dark Souls, not by any means, but like, or FromSoft games. But I think if progressing your content creation forward, I just wondered if that was a concern of yours, but it appears that it isn't necessarily a big worry, which is good. I mean, I'm sure it's in the back of your mind, but it's not like, oh no, what do I play next? It's like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have people here who I've built a community and share a connection with, right? I mean, that's kind of,
yeah. And I already have like a list of games I'm going to play next, like Last of Us, of Us 2, Hollow Knight, all of the like Fallout games, Skyrim, Witcher 3. There's like a lot of big games that I've never played before. So I'm excited to like I hear the Skyrim community is like very lovely. So I'm excited to like see what they're like,
Yeah. On a more personal note then, are you worried or concerned about FromSoft ending for you? Like, is it just just a thing, or is it, because I had a big thing where I was like, oh, holy like
this is the last one. Yeah.
Like this is it until I get a new iteration of whatever they're going to put together. That's no longer in my control.
There could be a Dark Souls 4 though. He's not rolled it out. To be fair.
Right. So
He's
you know what I
never
mean
said no.
though? Like for you personally, are you not concerned, but like, damn, that was quite a journey, I guess.
I guess I'm more so not necessarily sad because I feel like I finished already. Like I not finished, but like I've experienced the game and then moved on. Like Dark Souls 1 will always be in my heart. And that's like
Mhm.
the one game I always think about. And I at the time I had way less viewers and stuff. So I always just think back to that time and remember how fun it was. I just really loved Dark Souls 1. Or just like playing it for the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I just wish like even off stream, like I wish I could just play it again and just not know anything.
Right, experiencing it for the first time, regardless
Yeah.
of in front of a camera or not. I think that goes for. I think that goes for that's kind of a beautiful connection between everybody. You know what I mean? You want those first time experiences again, but unless you have a time machine, that's one of those things where you can't do, right?
Yeah.
I just want to add, if I can, to like, I mean, it's funny we mentioned the first time you played Kip, because I was going through my videos on YouTube the other day, and I was like, what can I watch? What can I listen to music on YouTube or anything that I haven't listened to in a while, or what's a cool video I haven't seen? And I like looked at my liked videos that I don't look at a lot, and I saw on there like your first stream, like compilation from YouTube of your first playthrough of Dark Souls, and I remember like one of the things you said, and it was just like, we're at a death counter. Oh God, it seems like in the thousands, right? It wasn't that bad though.
Yeah.
I'm not like a lot of times, and like the whole thing about like getting to the goal of like 420, and then getting to the goal of like what is it, 420 or 42,000 and
16,420.
Yeah, 600,420. Yeah, that was the whole like, okay, we did this. Let's just keep dying, guys. Let's keep going. This is the whole stream now. And just like, watching you, like, I think at one point it was like, press R3 to kick, or right stick to kick, and you're like, whoa, kicking, this is too much. I don't know about this game, guys. This is a little bit much.
Yeah,
And
just thinking about it, like my first impressions of the game, and
mhm,
I was just so lost. I was like, I really just don't know how to play this because I never really played
mhm.
controller games ever. I was just
Yeah,
really PC gaming, and so it's really foreign to me. But now the controller is a part of me,
it's party. It's like
part
I
of us
moved away
all.
from I moved away from almost every game except for Dark Souls into PC, and I just can't get off the controller. It's hard to play Dark Souls mouse and keyboard. But what I was gonna say was, I think that the nice thing about both of you lovely people is that you do have communities that love you and support you and want to be here for you. Not and Peach is like, I don't like being talked like this. Makes me feel uncomfortable.
I'm
Uh,
usually
Hey, more Jordan.
I'm
but
makes me feel
he's
weird.
so nice.
Yeah, no,
I feel that.
nope.
But I think that, it's when I come into, and like you said, people come into the stream more often, like in the beginning, and I don't have the time that like recently that I used to have, where I could like sit around as much and like, really watch a stream and enjoy more of it. Like I do. I used to be in both of your streams for like the whole stream a lot of the time, and I haven't been able to do that for probably the past 6 months, I would say. And which sucks, but I do like to hop in, and I've muted a lot of other streamers, just like I've got like 50 people I'm following, and like it's like, oh, I'll watch them when I'm on, but I'll just, it's okay. But it's like, hey, Beach is live, Kip is live, and I'm like, all right, let me hop in there and say hello, because I want to say hello to my friends, and we're here for you. So if you play a different game, I don't care what you're playing, whatever. You can be the great Happy Pigs Gaming and play the Barbie Adventure games all day long, and speed run them, and I'll watch you all day because you're fantastic people. So I don't think whatever game you play, we're always believers. We're not one game Andy's.
It's on my
as,
list,
as
Barbie's Adventure.
there you go.
No, so I don't have anything written down.
So, but I think I mean, any kind of concern shouldn't even be there. It's always going to be there for a little bit, but I think that it's just people are going to follow you because you're you, both of you. So
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Even though it's not warranted, and never do it again. Okay.
Do it again now.
I'll be the Hallmark dad. Just, I'm so proud of you.
There you go. Oh man. I appreciate the hell out of both of you. Thank you guys for being here. I enjoy this. Hopefully we can do it some more. Maybe we'll talk about other stuff I don't know anything about. Yeah, read those and get back to us, 2 book reports, and we'll grade them live on stream. I think that's going to be fantastic. Actually, I haven't got that one yet.
You haven't got this. This is the first. This is the second one. This is the first one. What do you mean you haven't got this one yet? You got Dark Souls 3. This is Dark Souls 1 and 2 and Demon Souls. This is 3 Bloodborne, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten. Yeah, I didn't get the first one, Beyond the Grave or whatever it is.
And there's one on Sekiro too, for the record. It's just all Sekiro for one book.
Are those also Are those also 3rd edition books, right?
3rd edition, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
3rd edition publishing.
Awesome. Those are fantastic. I have the BioShock one. Definitely get those if you want some more lore stuff and what they were meaning. Great idea. You're actually the one who pushed me onto that, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Like-
thank you again, Beach, for having us.
Hey,
It's great.
Yeah. Like I said, you guys are fantastic. Please stop by anytime. I'll create a show out of thin air if you guys want to talk about anything. So it'll be poorly ran like always, but we'll make it happen. You guys are fantastic. And until we talk next time, I assume you're going to be live tomorrow, Kip?
Yes, I am. More
Awesome.
Bloodborne.
There you go. Awesome. I will give you a shout out here. Most of these people know who you are because you're quite popular. Just saying. In my neck of the woods, people already know who you are, which is great, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
I'm a Kip fan. I'm a Kip stan.
The Kip stan.
Kip.
You don't have to say that, Crit.
But we'll definitely talk to you guys later. Thank you so much.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Hallmark Dad, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Hey guys.
Bye.
Where's my ending? There it is. Oh my god.